Let's get ready, say, go. Let's go. Rainbows in the sky, let's fly away like a bird. You're free to see the boundless face of the earth. Let the wind blow you like a knife and glide away. Far beyond the clouds, you'll find another place. If the road ahead seems so cold and gray, night never turns to day. Don't you be afraid. Go and fly away. Chala, hey chala. No time to hesitate. Go on and search the earth. Within it lies a magic surprise. Oh, chala, hey chala. Don't be afraid. You got the power to get through the darkest nights. Chala! Zooming round and round in the sky like a coaster. Hold on tight, or you may find yourself trapped in a maze. When that happens, you may think you will never find your way. As the past, you may take sin all the same. If the road ahead should be so cold and gray, when night never turns to day, don't you be afraid. Go and fly away. Chala, hey chala. No time to hesitate. Go on and search the earth. Within it lies a magic surprise. Oh, chala, hey chala. Be cool, don't be afraid. You got the power to get you through the darkest night. Hey chala. No time to hesitate. Go on and search the earth. Remember it is a magic surprise. Oh, chala, hey chala. Be cool, don't be afraid. You got the power to get you through the darkest nights. Chala.
ECW ELW proudly presents KliqBait Wrestling. What's going on, people? This is your boy Smith. As always, joined by my North American Thick Boy tag team partner, Mattitude 22. What's going on, man?
Just chilling.
Well, I mean, if you ask some people out there in the wrestling world, hell froze over because Brock Lesnar made his return to WWE last night at SummerSlam.
Right.
But like I say, it's like I always say, money talks. So, but yeah, we're off the heels of a two night SummerSlam, and I gotta say, I'm gonna share an opinion that a friend of mine was, because we talked about it last night. I feel like this 2 night of SummerSlam was better than the 2 nights of WrestleMania. No strong pick,
Okay.
but I really do think this SummerSlam was way better than what WrestleMania gave.
I think the what I liked versus what I didn't like ratio was better. Like, I think there was more matches that I liked at SummerSlam versus what I like. I think for the whole 2 nights, I think there was only two matches that were not that great. Uh, it's it's hard for me to remember the WrestleMania. I'm trying to I'm trying to think back.
I mean, WrestleMania, like the two nights they had were like I said, they weren't bad nights or anything to of that nature. But I mean, like I just think the match quality was a little bit better in SummerSlam. The stories being told at SummerSlam were a little bit better. And like I said, just overall was just like I said, it was a good weekend. I think definitely night two is a stronger night than night one was. And I feel that's because they had more title matches on night two than they did night one, which just made the night a little feel more like a little more important, a little more special.
Yeah.
And also shout out to everybody in the chat, Ian, Gojira, big ups to y'all. We're watching Raw live, of course. Coming out right now is the new world's champion, Seth Rollins, after cashing in Money in the Bank at night one on then new world champion CM Punk. Which again, I always knew something was gonna happen, like because and I said this in the past, when Rollins was reportedly, injured and off TV for a couple weeks, it's like I never believed it to be true because I always kept saying if Rollins was really injured, like he was out, couldn't come, couldn't wrestle, couldn't do shit, they would have 86 that briefcase. They would have 86 the briefcase because you don't want it in people's mind that it still exists if he can't use it. But Paul clinged to that briefcase every week, even though Rollins wasn't on Raw. Which just again, I've watched enough wrestling to know like until you don't hear about them, because like I said, in wrestling, when they want people to forget that you're not in the picture right now, they will not acknowledge you like that. They will forget everything about you until you return, because there's no reason to remind people of somebody who will not be there. It's an old tried tradition of wrestling, and all of wrestling, any wrestling you go to, for the most part, when a wrestler is actually injured, the last thing you'll hear anybody do is really talk about them, especially if they get written off TV. They don't get talked about. They don't get referenced like that way until they come back. And the fact that when Rollins supposedly got injured at that Saturday night's main event, like, yeah, they kind of downplayed it. They kind of did their thing. But the fact that Paul was still walking around with that briefcase told me that he was never gone, because that briefcase keeps reminding me he is here. If he wasn't there, like I said, look at how when Mr. Kennedy got that little bit of an injury and he had to give up his Money in the Bank, they weren't ready to just no, they already had a plan. Okay, you'll give it to Edge because you're gonna be gone, and we're not gonna have nothing to do with the briefcase if you're gone. So we gave it to somebody else. But like that goes for any injury. Any injury, like somebody gets injured, and they get written off of TV. Hell, they'll tell you they got injured, or they'll tell you they'll be out, which they never used to do in the past. But now they'll tell you that they're out. But when they're out, they're gone, out of sight, out of mind. We don't reference them. We don't really mention them. We don't do that much to remind you about them because they are not here right now. Until they come back, we focus on what's in the ring right now. And like I said, dude sat there, and I kept saying, if Rollins is really gone, 86 the briefcase. Did I not say that, Matt? Every week. He should not be holding his briefcase. If he is really gone, he should not be holding that briefcase.
I think we were both pretty adamant last week that in Seth not actually being injured, like I think we were both pretty adamant about that.
Yeah, because Paul kept holding the briefcase, and I'm like, I don't think he's really injured for the fact that briefcase is still a focal point in the presentation of Paul Heyman walking around with the Brawny Boys, and Rollins not in the picture. Why are you holding the briefcase? He's not there. Can't cash it in on anybody if he's not there. So why are you holding the briefcase? And if he's not gonna come back sooner than later. So like that's why I was just like, yeah, ain't no way this dude was injured. And now that WWE's kind of gave themselves out with this whole we peel back the curtain, we're playing characters, we're doing the thing, we're giving you more of the entertainment in the sports entertainment, that you get these situations where Becky Lynch is posting fake videos of her husband walking around in crutches with their daughter just to trick you. You know what I'm saying? So like it's too obvious. Especially since, like I said, in the wrestling business, if you're actually injured and you cannot come back to compete, they will not talk about you. Like, look right now, Mr. Chad Gable. Mr. Chad Gable's out injured. Do you hear them talking about Chad Gable? Even though El Grande Americano's still in the picture, American Made is still in in a picture, but is anybody really sitting there giving you progress reports or anything related to Chad fucking Gable? No, because he is not there. And until he comes back, they will talk a very little about him to remind you that he's not there. When you're out, you're out. When you're injured, you're injured. They don't talk about you until that ass come back. Like, I can even go further. Like, and this is kind of even a bridge a little bit because it's kind of involved with storyline. Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan is out injured. So they don't really talk about her other than the point of using her name in the storyline of the friction between Judgment Day that Finn Balor's always stirring up. Other than that, do you hear commentary talk about her? Do you hear any other wrestlers talk about her that aren't related to that one piece of storyline? No, because she is out. She is injured. So she is out of sight, out of mind. They do not talk about their injured when they are actually gone. They don't talk about any wrestler when they are actually gone. So that's how I knew, like, Rollins ain't nowhere. He ain't gone because they still talking about him. Man's still holding his briefcase. And like I said, he is there. They said when they're gone, they do not talk about you until that ass come back. Remember when Triple H blew them quads? Did they talk about Triple H when he was gone? Or did they only talked about his ass until he came back? Because when you're gone, you are gone.
That's right.
They can't talk about somebody and build TV on someone who is not there. So they gotta move on. They gotta find the next person. They gotta fill in the spaces. But like I said, if you're like in a position to come back and be back sooner than later, yeah, then they'll keep your name out there because they know you're coming back. But if you're talking you out for 6 months, you out for 12 months, you out for this or that, they don't talk about you. Like I said, Oscar was gone for damn near over a year. Did they talk about her a lot? No. Why? Because she was gone. Like I said, you out, they do not talk about you. It's not nothing personal. It's just you can't sit there and bring up someone who's not there. You can't book for no one who's not there. You can't worry about future storylines for a person who's not there. So you got to focus on the there and the now and take advantage of who's ever on deck. And try to make it work out until whenever that person returns, and then if you can do something, you can. But until you come back, your ass is gone. Same way, go back to fucking Rollins' real injury he had the first time he had the WWE title, and he got injured for real, for real. Did they talk about him after the fact? No. Why? Because he was gone. He was gone. So now we got Roman Reigns. So now we talking about Roman Reigns now. All I gotta say about this, as far as the Rollins CM Punk situation, I look forward, and I'm saying this now, And what is it? August, what date is this? August 4th, 2025. I'm saying this now, so when it happens and everyone else acts like they were the first or the onlys, you'll know you heard it here first on CliqBait. I look forward to when CM Punk wins the Royal Rumble. That's all I'm going to say. I look forward to when CM Punk wins the Royal Rumble.
I mean, yeah, like it's pretty obvious that's the direction they're going with it.
Mm-hmm. Now the question is this: do we get a repeat? Do we get 1-on-1 Rollins versus Punk?
Probably.
Or do we get a repeat of this past WrestleMania? Because I'm saying that because Rollins is talking about him, and they're still kind of holding. You got one of the Brawny Boys holding his Jordans. Will we get a repeat of WrestleMania and get Reigns, Rollins, Punk for the title this time?
I think he'll deal with Roman Reigns before WrestleMania. Like I think he'll fight Roman probably at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, but I still look at Roman as a big enough main event that they'll want him at Mania in some capacity. They'll want him at Mania. The same way we got him at SummerSlam this year in a tag team match. It's that same
he'll
capacity.
Be there, but I don't think he'll be in the title picture. Like I think it'll be Seth and Punk 1-on-1.
Well, I hope it's just a 1-on-1, but I feel like Roman. I think Roman might get tossed in there just to have Roman in there.
Because I think we get War Games, and then it'll be Seth and the Brawny Boys and somebody else versus like Roman, Jay, Punk, and somebody else, and then that's gonna be your Royal Rumble, or that's gonna be Survivor Series, and then at the Royal Rumble, Seth will fight Roman Reigns 1-on-1. He'll beat Roman Reigns, and then we'll get Punk and Seth 1-on-1 at WrestleMania. Like last year, it was just about Punk getting the main event. This year it's gonna be the proper trajectory where he'll win the Royal Rumble for the first time in his career. Because I think, again, I think that's very much one of the only accolades that he's never done. Like he's never won a Royal Rumble, so he'll finally win a Royal Rumble, and then he'll go back and he'll get his win at Seth at WrestleMania. You know, they're gonna make him work for it just a little bit more.
Well, LA Knights. Okay, real quick. I was kind of thinking about this last night with, Paul Heyman and all. Now, for the most part, if you ask any, like, wrestling fan, like, over the age of 30, of, like, who's the greatest, like, wrestling manager of all time, most people will probably say Bobby the Brain Heenan, right?
I mean, I wouldn't, but...
I mean, like I said, that's why I said most people. But I mean, for the most part, like I say, that's kind of the go-to answer of what people would say is like, oh, he's probably the greatest manager of all time in wrestling. And I would have said like, yeah, that's a pretty good statement to make. But I sit here now and like Bobby the Brain has been passed for like what, about a decade now?
Yeah.
Give or take? I'm not exactly sure the time, but the point I'm making is, I think that list might, for the ones who would just go default to Bobby, I think you would have to change it for the modern day and really say it's Paul Heyman. And not just based off of like, of currency and relevancy, but just the track record of, if you're going to judge a manager, is like the people he managed, the championships they won, and that would be like your kind of main criteria right there. The people you managed and the championships they've won. I mean, you would have to say since coming back into WWE as a managerial role, advocate, wise man, whatever you want to call him, when he made his return with Brock Lesnar the first time, every person he has aligned himself with has been a champion. Like, not even a question. It's an actual fact. Like Brock Lesnar, The Big Show, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and here we are currently with Seth Rollins. Like, there's not too many people that he's aligned himself with in WWE that has not been a champion. Like, that's a good pedigree. Now, granted, he doesn't have a thing like the Heenan family was, but he has once again led factions like the Bloodline, and now this new group, which sounds like they're calling themselves the Vision. Not sure if that's what they're going with, but it sounds like that's what they're trying to call their faction, the Vision. Which I don't know how I feel about it, but
This kind of just, I feel like this kind of just makes me feel like we've already seen this. Because this just reminds me of, remember when it was him and Buddy and
yeah, when he
Authors
was the
Pain?
Monday Night Messiah with the AOP
Yeah,
and Buddy,
yeah.
but see, he didn't have Heyman. So like I said, Heyman didn't guide that ship. Like I said, he had the faction, but didn't have the real. He didn't have that anchor that can really get them over. Because like I said, he wasn't getting over AOP. He wasn't really getting over Buddy. But now you have a guy like Heyman who can sit here and not only get Rollins over, but he can get over Bronson and Braun, because he's got the mouth, he's got the gift of gab, he has the wordsmith. So like, yeah, this is why I'm saying, like, yes, Bobby was a great manager and managed a lot of classic dudes of the day, but out of the bunch Bobby managed compared to who Heyman has managed, even if you go back to his WCW and ECW days, like Paul Heyman has managed more champions than Bobby Heenan has. He has managed more champions. He has brought dudes to championships more than Bobby Heenan does, and I'm judging it on the criteria of 9 times out of 10, well, 10 out of 10, Bobby Heenan was a heel manager. Paul Heyman is a heel manager, and as a heel manager, he has gotten more people to a championship than Bobby Heenan has. With the group of people he had on his roster, not all of them were all champions. Most of them were jobbers, but he didn't manage that many champions. What? Rick Rude, Andre, Haku, the Brainbusters. That's it. Everybody else was a Brooklyn Brawler, a King Kong Bundy, a Hercules Hernandez, just a jobber in the Heenan family. Outside of those names I just named, there weren't no other champions, and half those people that had champions in the Heenan family were literally mid-card belts. No one held the real world title. Like, you can sit there and try to count Andre if you want, but he never held the title. He was a tag team champion with Haku. Ully and Arn and Tully were tag team champions. Like I said, the closest you had was your man Rick Rude with the IC title. But name me any other champions Bobby managed.
Like, I think with Heyman, it's not just about the fact that, like, it's not just about the fact that, like, he's managed a lot of world champions. Like, there's just something different about Heyman. Like, just Paul Heyman, like, he just gives off like an aura. Like, I
Well,
don't know,
not
like,
only that,
there's something
he
different.
makes his talent sound and seem better than what they are. Like I said, like yes, Bobby was a good talker and a good heel piece, but yeah, he can only get over his men so far. That, like I said, most of them were just jobbers. Is where Paul is managing people, and they're like, "Here you go, this dude's a champion. This dude's a champion." Like I said, from the Big Show to Brock to, like I said, the fucking Seth Rollins, like CM Punk, like I said, they're all champions. Hell, even when he was doing fucking the Curtis Axel thing, that shit, it got him an IC title, didn't it? So like the percentages of accomplishments that Heyman does over Bobby Heenan is greatly outnumbered. All right, so we got LWO, we got the Judgment Day having a little segment in the back. I think we're getting a match between Rollins and LA Knight tonight. I wasn't really listening. By the way, you heard about the match booked for Triple Mania?
Yeah.
We got Vikingo defending the Mega Championship against Dragon Lee, Dominic Mysterio, and El Grande Americano. Which I'm almost thinking they might put that AAA belt on Dominic.
Oh, I'm almost like 95% sure they put that title on Dominic. Like again, like I kind of read a report, and we'll see if it happens. Basically, like my worst fear is basically confirmed, and like from what I'm reading is like basically like AAA is just gonna be like NXT Mexico to them. Like AAA is just gonna be a developmental for them. Which is sort of what I really didn't want to happen. But
I will say the Dominic versus AJ match was good. Like I said again, people don't give Dominic enough credit. Like dude's good.
I kind of thought that match was the drizzling shits.
Really?
I thought that was the worst match of the entire weekend.
No way.
Yeah. For me, I thought that was the lamest match. Like that was the worst match of the week.
Nah, I enjoyed that match, and like I said, a little bit of a tribute to Eddie. I think it's like I said, Dominic is taking he's gotten and definitely made it his own. That it's like it's not Rey Mysterio's son. Like nah, he's carved out his own identity. Like he's over, bro. You know what I mean, he gets that babyface type heat where it's like you're the fucking heel out here though, and people are cheering for you. But I thought it was a good match, good finish.
Again, like I thought the finish was fucking lame.
The match I thought was the drizzling shits for the weekend was fucking WWE Women's Title Tiffany versus um, Jay Cargill. That was the drizzling shits.
The problem with that match is I think that Jade is just not. Jade is just not at the level that they want her to be. Like she's just not at that level. Like they want Jade to be, and I've said this before. I've fucking said this 500 fucking times. They want Jade to be the next big star, but it's just not her. Like it's just not her. And
They should have kept
like
her.
I've
They
said,
should have kept her in a tag team. Like it's like she
like
needs
I've
she
said
needs
hundreds.
just time to just learn off of someone. She needs to be under the wing of someone and just learn. Like I know she looks like she's $1,000,000 in the main event, but she ain't there yet. Like I said, the bread's baking up pretty good, but it ain't done. It ain't done.
I think it's just
Nah, Heenan never managed the Horsemen in the '90s because by the time he got to WCW, he was strictly commentary. He wasn't doing any managing of anybody.
I think the thing with Jade is Jade Cargill to me, she falls into the category of like Eva Marie or like Dana Brooke. Just some people they don't get it. Just some people they don't click and they just never improve. Like they just never get any better. And
I mean, I
I
see
think
glimmerings of hope in Jade. Like there's sometimes where it clicks and she'll come off with stuff and do stuff and it looks pretty smooth. But like I don't think she's there fully. So it's like yeah, like maybe like I said, maybe NXT should have been her direction instead of main roster. But like, yeah, I wanted to do like, let's be real. You only reason you brought us straight to main roster was to just shit on AEW that you got one of their top like kind of prospects that they had. Like
like
she's a with proper teaching, she's a blue chipper. Like there's room for improvement if she
like
could take like to a duck to water.
I'm gonna say it, and I've said it 1,000 times, and I'm gonna say it again. And won't anybody make this like a race thing? It's not. But in my eyes, Lash Legend is everything they want Jade Cargill to be. Lash Legend is great on the mic. She's got that tall bodybuilder look where she's tall and she's pretty jacked. But the difference is she can actually work. Like to me, like everything they want Jade Cargill to be, that's what Lash Legend is. Like she's a
Well,
good
I mean, they'll
worker.
probably,
She's
like I
good
said,
on the
listen,
mic.
they probably thought they probably thought Jade Cargill was gonna be like Bianca Belair. Cause let's be real, if they want a buff, muscular black chick that can go in the fucking ring, you want Bianca Belair. You know what I'm saying? She's the one that you really want, but it's like, okay, can we find somebody probably said, yo, we got us another Bianca. They like get her in here because fucking we love Bianca, and it's like, oh, we got Jade Cargill. We'll put them together. Buff girl magic. Yeah, this works. Plus, she can learn under the learning tree, and it's like, yeah, but she ain't learning. But then again, I don't think Bianca's in the position to be much of a teacher either, because she's still
But
fairly kind of new to the game as well.
that's right.
She just takes instructions better. That's all.
So I think the problem with that match is Jade is not at the level they want her to be, and quite frankly, I don't think Tiffany is either.
Yeah,
So I
neither are ring general. Neither one of them are ring generals.
so the problem with that match is they were just put in a position where it was never going to be good because like I said, Jade is just not at the level they want. And I don't think Tiffany I've always said like I don't think Tiffany is that great. Like I think Tiffany is just average.
She's another one that should have never got called up when she did because she's
That's right.
again she not ready. A lot of them, a lot of these call ups that have been like put to the main roster and given bigger roles, and you sit there and go, man, like the work rate is not that great. It's because they were never ready. Like it goes back to Mid Morgan. Like Liv Morgan's another example of someone who got called up to the main roster and they were never ready. In fact, she was so never ready that she had to go through like several gimmick changes in the main roster until she found someone that so she found a gimmick that was kind of more her niche or more attuned to her personality because yeah, she wasn't ready yet.
Yeah.
That's why we went through all the different phases of the blue colorful tongue with the pink hair because that was supposed to be a thing, and the tomboy look that she used to rock with the suspenders that was a thing, and it's like then we tried to go for a glamour look, and that was supposed to be a thing. Like all these identities that she should have worked out in NXT, we had to see that happen on main roster because again the bosses, the bookers didn't know what to do with her because they didn't know what they had because she ain't ready. She, like I said, her ring, her skills in the ring are middle of the road at best. But she had no real gimmick at the time because she was still going through the gimmick phases in NXT. But because they needed more women and they needed to do shit because you know women's revolution and evolution and all that other nonsense, we needed to get more women on the main roster, and we put a bunch of women up there that were not ready. And you can see they're still not ready, even though you can sit there and go, well, she's a multiple time champion and she's this and that. And it's like, yeah, anybody can be champion if you're booked to be it. That don't make you a better wrestler. You put a belt on a lot of
Yeah.
things don't make you a better wrestler. It just means that the fucking suits decided that you're the most popular thing right now and you're selling enough merch that we can put a belt on you and you got a pretty face. But
Like
like I
I
said,
think like
but if you sit there and tell me is Liv Morgan a good wrestler? Hell no, she's middle of the road. She's slow motion because she's still not confident in her own fucking skills because she is not ready because she never finished NXT properly. Like, there's a
Like
reason
I
why
said, I
people
think
will give. There's a reason why Becky and Charlotte and Bailey and even Mercedes Moné get a lot more leeway in their wrestling than a lot of women do nowadays, because it's like they went through the whole process of NXT to, like, you before you leave NXT, you better leave this bitch as like a former champion, because you're being groomed to get ready to go to main roster. And none of these people got that. Yeah, Becky didn't get the belt, but like I said, they groomed her well enough that it's like, hey, you're good enough to go to the main roster. Even if they were intentionally probably just bringing her up to just to be glorified jobber, but shit happens, and the wheels of fate take a different turn. But for the most part, they knew that, hey, if we're gonna have one of these women be the jobber out of the three, Becky's the best choice because she's ready. We kept her along. We kept her enough. We kept her around long enough to that she went through gimmick changes and all kind of nonsense till she found something that was more her personality and her liking, that she can run with that shit on the main roster. And that's what she came in as. When she finally got her niche and she was old Irish steampunk girl, that's how she came up to the main roster. Was the steampunk girl. She didn't come back. She didn't come up as dancing Becky Lynch doing the Irish jig. No, that was first gimmick. They brought Liv Morgan back up with on first gimmick. Not second gimmick, not tested gimmick, not approved gimmick, not got over with the fans gimmick. It's like, nah, this is the first gimmick, and we don't. It's middle of the road, but we'll take it. So like, yeah, they were already battle tested and everything. By the time they got to main roster, no one was worried about them. They didn't have to sit there and change gimmicks every 6 months because the first gimmick wasn't working. Nah, they already fine tuned that shit in NXT. You knew Sasha Banks was the boss. You knew Charlotte was the queen. You knew fucking Becky was the lash kicker, and you knew Bailey was the hugger, because they got all that shit done and out of the way in NXT, so that by the time they got the main roster, they were good. They didn't have to sit there and have identity crisis.
but I don't think Bailey came up with them.
Nah, Bailey. I mean, Bailey came a little bit later because she was still champion at the time. But it's like every one of them that got called up, they made sure that these women were at a level that it's like, okay, you could come up now, and we know you're good. But like Bailey was like one of the last ones, but they waited till she got her title, she got her win over Sasha, she got like that real type of push to be like a top baby face in the women's division, and then when it was time, okay, bring her up.
But it's just, again, like, the thing is like, if Jade has not learned anything by now, then she's not gonna. Like, if she hasn't improved by now, then she's just not gonna. Like, she's had the performance center at her disposal. Like, she's been on the main roster. Like, she's been working with top talent. Like, she tagged with Bianca. Like, she's had every opportunity at her disposal. If she hasn't got it by now, then she's just not gonna.
I think they need to put her in there with more ring generals, because I think like the matches she's had
Like,
with the
she's
people
only
she's with,
been,
none of them are
but
ring
like, she's only
generals.
been in there with ring. She's only been in there with ring generals,
Who?
like Naomi.
I
Like, she was
mean,
tagging with
I
Bianca.
wouldn't
She
call
was
Naomi
feuding
a
with
ring general. I'll
Nia
say
Jax.
Naomi's good. She's definitely
Like, who would
underrated,
you
but I
put her?
wouldn't call her a ring
Well, who would you
general.
put her in there with? Like, who would you put her in there with then?
I put her in there with a Asuka. I put her in there with a Charlotte. Somebody. Oh shit! Real quick, I had to stop it. I just saw something that took my attention. We got a
Okay.
DSP is a. Oh wow! There's a DSP sign on Raw. That
Okay.
man can never get no rest. But like I said, I'd put her in there with Charlotte. I'd put her in there with Asuka. I'd put her in there. for with your favorite wrestler Natalia, because she is a ring general. She can go out there and help her go through the paces, tell her when to slow down, tell her when to give it more. You know what I'm saying? Someone who can actually like get her familiar with how to really call a match and just don't sit there and bumble around. And like I said,
I don't know.
they
Like I
keep putting
think
her in there with lesser people because they want to make her look good and make her look more like a stud. But it's like right now, maybe she needs, like I said, since y'all didn't want to put her through the trials of NXT and bring her straight to the main show, like I said, got to put her in there with some ring generals to at least kind of help her through it, even if
gonna
they're going to take the L from her.
I'm gonna have to disagree. Like I don't think Naomi is lesser.
No, I don't think Naomi is
Like
lesser, but she definitely gets treated as lesser. She's definitely underrated as a talent in the women's division.
the thing is like I said, it's like a Dana Brooke thing. It's like some people they just don't get it. Like some people they just no matter how much they train, no matter how hard they work, they just don't get it. And the problem with Jade Cargill is they want her to be at a certain level and she's just not there.
No,
That's
she's
why
not.
like that's probably why she didn't win the title. That's probably why she didn't win because they probably realized like yeah, like she's just not ready. Like she's just not at that level. And again, I don't think Tiffany is at that level. Like again, like if you go like Tiffany has been carried by a lot of her opponents. Like she's had feuds with Charlotte, she's had feuds with Becky, she's had feuds with Trish Stratus. She feuded with Nia Jax. Like every feud that she's had as champion, it's been with somebody far better than her that can help her along. And then look what happens when you put her against somebody worse. Look what happens. So it's just I really don't think either one of those two are at the level that they want them to be, and that match exposed them. Like when you're saying SummerSlam was better than WrestleMania, well, Charlotte and Tiffany was 1,000 times better than Tiffany and Jade because Charlotte basically carried her to a decent match, whereas Jade could not.
All right, so both men got counted out. Sheamus and Rusev having this match again for what, the fourth time?
I don't know, too many times.
Yo,
Uh,
why is Xavier's hat so big? Yo, why is Xavier's hat so big?
looks like a sombrero.
Yo, why is this nigga hat so big, son? This shit is like a goddamn dinner table on his. Yo, this dude's a fool, bro. New Day, I can't. I love it. Thank God for the New Day.
Uh, and Alex is saying Tiffany Stratton is 2025 Female Wrestler of the Year. I
Nah.
can't. I certainly can't agree with that, my guy. Like I don't even think she's in the top 10 of female wrestlers of the year. Like she's not even in the top 10. Like she might not even be in the top 20.
Yo, Raiden is so jealous right now, son. Raiden is fucking like, yo, this motherfucker spitting right now.
Holy fuck, Penta versus Grayson Waller tonight. Fucking match of the year right there.
You better believe it, son.
Zack Saber who?
Penta versus Grayson Waller, the match we've all been waiting for, Matt. Female of the year is a little strong. Tiffany Stratton, come on, bro.
Like,
Don't let
yeah, I
don't
don't know.
let big don't let
Listen,
don't let pushed up fake titties and a good makeup job for you, brother. Come on, man.
listen, like to each their own. To each their own. Everybody has their own opinion, and there's no, there's like I'm not going to tell anybody they're wrong, but I don't even know if
I'm
I
not
would
even
say
saying he's wrong.
Tiffany was the best.
I'm just strongly disagreeing. So you can
Well,
you
that's
like
what I'm
it you
saying.
like
Like,
what you like, but I strongly disagree.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying Alex. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying like I don't even think she's the best female competitor in WWE. Like me, I think Tiffany is like super overrated. Like she got those fake titties, and everybody's like fucking
Listen, when she got
dickmatized.
the talent,
She has
she
those
got
fake
the
titties.
promotion. Okay, I said what I said. When she got the talent, she got the promotion. Okay, you get the
The-
promotion, you get the job, you get the job, and then you're like, hey, I'm going to WrestleMania, and then you go to WrestleMania, and the rest is history. Rest is history. But back to SummerSlam. I would say other match that I felt was like it's fine, but really didn't need to happen. And I know Alex ain't gonna like to hear this, but the Karrion Cross Sami Zayn match really did not need to happen.
yeah,
Not at SummerSlam, at least. Not at SummerSlam.
that match was such a waste.
It really was. It was a big ways.
I think it's just that match suffers from Sammy and Karrion have already faced each other too many times. So by the time we get to SummerSlam, this is like their third or fourth one-on-one match, and it's kind of like you're already sick of it. And they didn't really do anything. Like let's say if it would have been like let's say like it would have been Sammy and Cross, it would have been like a dog collar match. Okay, like maybe like it would have added a new element to it. At least it would have felt a little bit different. But when it's like your third singles match, and it's just a regular match. Like it's kind of hard to be excited about that.
Yeah.
Again, Ian, like I said, like when she's working with people that are better than her, it's easy for her to look like a superstar because she's being carried. But again, like we saw what happens when she works someone lesser. Like we kind of saw what happens. Like when you're bringing up Money in the Bank and you're bringing up Elimination Chamber, like yeah, of course she looked great in those matches because she had people to work off of, made her look great.
That's wild. That's wild.
Yeah, and unfortunately, unfortunately, Alex, I like the downfall of Cross needs to be studied, man. Like I don't know, like I don't really know what they could do for this man at this point.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
Like as far as his WWE career, it's like DOA. It's like dead. It's dead. Like if there was ever a career that could not be revived, it's carrying Cross. Like only thing for him to do at this point is just finish your contract and then go somewhere else. Like that's the only thing you could do at this point. And like I'm not even saying that like it's his fault. I think that they've just done him so dirty that maybe it's not even fair to say they've done him dirty. They've they've underutilized him so much that what could they possibly do to revive his career at this point? Like what could they possibly do?
Oh, here comes the new day. Yo, that hat is me. Oh, that hat is mean, son. Like that's just crazy, bro. That hat is next, just next level crazy, bro. Yo, that hat is next level. That hat is next level. Like Xavier is just,
And like you
it's
remember in
just
you remember in Scary Movie 3 where like he's talking to like the sheriff or whatever, and then it it cuts away, and then every time it cuts back to her, like her hat is like progressively bigger,
yeah, yeah.
and then like at the end, like at the end, like her hat is so big, like she can't even fit inside the car because her hat is so big.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's that's what that's what it's making me think of.
The hat is that shit is just mean, son. He just
Like he can't even sit at the table. He's like his hat is so big.
yo, his hat folded out, bro. like like a green screen. Yo, yo, I had his memes. I can't, I can't with Xavier Woods sometime, bro. He too much. He just on another level. That's all it is.
Uh, yeah, like I totally have to agree. Like with Gojira, like I don't think it's anything where I don't think it's anything that Cross has done. Like I don't think there's anything more he could do at this point. I think it's just there's only so long you can cheer for someone and then they just lose over and over again to the point where you just kind of give up. It's the same thing that happened to Zack Ryder, and it's the same thing that happened to Dolph Ziggler. Like people just people just got behind them, and when you get behind somebody and they they get they lose over and over again, it's just kind of it's just kind of hard to have that same level of caring. And I think they do it purposely because when you gravitate to the guy that they don't want, you know what I mean? Like it's the wrong guy getting over in their eyes. Like they want you to be cheering for like I don't know, like they want you to be reacting for Grayson Waller, but nobody cares about Grayson Waller. Everybody just wants Cross, but like
Yeah,
they're gonna go out of their way to bury Cross because they're like, hey, Cross, don't look at that guy, Grayson Waller. Grayson Waller's right here, but then the people are like, no, we want Cross. So they're like, okay, man, like we gotta make Cross look shittier. People still like him. We gotta make him look shittier. Like I think they do that shit. They do it purposely.
Waller's just out here to get beat up by Penta. Can they make an elite with that hat? Nah, I don't think so, bro. I had a special, son. I had a special. I love this. I love this version of the New Day. Yo, son, it's crazy.
Fuck, this match is still going on.
Mm-hmm.
Holy fuck! You know, Gojira, it's just because I think it's because the New Day as heels, like they're just naturally fun. Like that's why that's why they work better as heels because they're funny. Like they're so funny. They're so entertaining. I love too the hat. Like I love that they're not acknowledging it. You know that it's just obnoxiously big and like nobody's saying anything about it.
Did you see the dude holding the DSP sign next to Xavier and his big hat?
Yeah. Uh,
Saying DSP is an
I,
awful gamer.
Alex, who do you want to talk about? Let's talk about it. who was absent at SummerSlam?
Yeah, who was absent at SummerSlam? Who wasn't at SummerSlam? Who did they forget at SummerSlam? Who was absent? Was it Damian Priest?
I mean, I think the Damian Priest, Aleister Black, they should have had that at SummerSlam instead of Sammy and Karrion Kross.
Yo, that hat is so big. Yo, it's, oh no, Penta's got the hat.
The final boss, Alex, I wasn't even expecting him to show up.
Yeah, Rock.
Like I don't even.
The
Yeah.
Rock's got a movie to promote called the Smashing Machine, and he ain't got time to worry about no wrestling right now. Not
Like
not
I
not not till it suits him. It suits his schedule.
like I think that's why they killed the whole John Cena heel thing because I think they realized that that was never going to work right from the beginning. The problem is
Well, see, I think
The
it's a
Rock,
different thing though. I think
The
because from
Rock
from what I'm hearing is
was
like
never
John
fully
Cena
committed.
wanted one of the people to be in his final matches was Brock Lesnar, and I think they probably figured it would be better having Brock come in, be the heel, and John Cena going back to being babyface.
But I think it's this whole like heel turn, whatever it was supposed to be, and I think they realized it was a dud because whatever the relationship with Travis Scott went sour. So you take that out of the equation, and then The Rock was never fully committed to it in the first place. Like he made one fucking appearance and that's it. So I think they realized that okay, well, fuck it, man. Like Travis Scott is out, The Rock is not invested. So
Plus, the
let's just
people are
fucking
still cheering
we're,
for John Cena.
we're bringing Brock back anyway. Like let's just bring him back as a heel. Let's just not turn John Cena face because The Rock's not committed and Travis Scott is out. So fuck whatever this storyline is. Like, 'cause what was the end game to this storyline? There's no end game,
Well, one
and
because of the whole Rock
it's
thing, there's no end game, but also like it wasn't working because the crowd wasn't going along with the heel. Like, sure, you had some boo, but you still had the same amount cheering, like as always when it came to John Cena.
but
It's
it's
always been
because
a
people were
50-50
never.
crowd, but now you had a point where it wasn't even 50-50 for a good couple weeks where they were cheering him more than they were supposed to be cheering for Cody.
But it's because
Then,
people were never gonna boo John Cena.
well,
People
well,
were
not
never
only
gonna
that, but
buy
then
him.
you want to throw in a little bit of the extra catalyst that kind of spearheaded the campaign to go back to being a babyface, which I'm surprised no one's even mentioning. But it dropped right into my head because I was like, if you blame anybody for the John Cena babyface turn, you blame Ron the Truth Killings. Because who was the guy who was like doing who was literally the Luke Skywalker sitting there telling everybody they're still good in him?
Like, see, like again, like that's another element that, like, what was the whole point of Truth? Like, what was the
I
point
don't
of
know,
that?
but Truth was the
Because now
catalyst.
he's not
Truth
even.
was the
Now
catalyst
he's
to
not
get
even
John
there.
Cena back to where he's the babyface again, and it served a purpose at a time when okay they decided to let Truth go, but then whatever storyline, not storyline, and they used it as the purpose and the like I said the catalyst to get that ball back rolling to
Like,
Cena being the babyface again.
this is why I said it the first night it happened. Like, it was never gonna work. Like, people were never gonna take John Cena as a heel. It was never gonna work. people were never gonna boo John Cena because they knew he was leaving. They knew he was on his way out. They were never gonna go against him. It was never gonna work. And the people that needed to be there in order to get those boos, in order to make it work, the people that needed to be there were not there, and that's The Rock and that's Travis Scott. Like they needed to be there and they weren't. So outside of that, it was never gonna work. Like it was a dud from day one. I said it was a dud from day one, and it's still a dud. It was just never gonna work.
Yeah,
Like
it was definitely a dud.
that's probably why they just killed it off, and they're just like fuck it, just turn him fucking babyface, because the other two guys are not here. The other two pieces to this puzzle are not here, and like they're gonna cheer Cena anyway. Just fucking turn him babyface. Like the whole thing with Truth. Like what was the point of that? Like last time we saw Truth, he beat Aleister Black in like 5 seconds.
Yeah, that's about it. But like I said, but it was true. But Truth was still that catalyst. He was still that catalyst. And then after that, it gave them it gave them the window to get where they were, where Cena could be like, yeah, I chose the wrong horse, and I want to be a hero again type situation. You know, take me back, America.
Exactly, and I think it just worked out that I think it's just worked out that Brock became an option, and then I think it was just like, okay, like Rock is obviously not going to commit to this. Travis Scott is out, so fuck it, just have him turn babyface because they're fucking cheering him anyway. Because nobody wants to boo John Cena on his fucking retirement tour, and we're bringing back Brock anyway, and people already fucking hate Brock, so it just makes sense. It just makes perfect sense.
Plus, it's the thing of like, most people figured, oh, because of the lawsuit, this guy is banned for life type things, and it's like, bro, when it comes to money, never say never.
But
You can never say never.
the lawsuit is bullshit, though. Like the whole thing with the lawsuit, it like basically McMahon sent him pictures, and McMahon tried to set up a meeting between him and the girl that never ended up happening anyway. So Brock did nothing. So the whole lawsuit, like that should have never been a topic of discussion. There you go, like case in point. Like as much as people say they're tired of Brock, or as much as people say they don't care about Brock, like 75 million views in 12 hours. So yeah, that tells me that people that say they people that say that nobody likes Brock, that tells me that that's bullshit, because people sure watched the clip of him returning. They sure watched it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you, Alex. Like me, I've been over Cody Rhodes. Like I think Cody Rhodes' first title reign was boring. Uh, I don't know. I don't know.
Listen, listen. The only reason he is a two-time WWE champion is because he is endorsed. And when you are endorsed, good things are going to happen. It's just going to, because you're endorsed. And I keep telling y'all this. I've been telling y'all this for years. That Cody Rhodes was endorsed. That he was a beacon that was going to shine through. And everybody just didn't want to listen. And now here we are, two-time WWE champion. You know, he is exceeding in the dreams that his daddy once had. The American dream, baby. And he is
I think me. I
endorsed.
think Yeah, I think people are over Cody Rhodes.
I'm
Like his
saying, I'm
first
pretty
title
sure people are, but I'm also
is
thinking,
his.
I'm thinking things are gonna change soon. So you know, you just gotta sit tight.
He needs to do something else, because
He is. Don't
what
worry, he
what
is. It's part of the
what he's
process.
doing now, what he's doing now, it's not working. Like he needs to do something
Well, right
else.
now he's the face. He's the new heir apparent.
Like
He's the
I
new
agree.
guy.
I agree with Alex. Like, I'm tired of crybaby Cody Rhodes.
Listen, you'll love him when he grows the mustache back and he's a heel again. You'll love it.
No, I won't. I'll hate him even more.
Well, hey, listen, then he's doing
I
his
hate
job. Then he's
mustaches.
doing his job.
I hate mustaches.
Motherfucker, I've seen you with a mustache.
That's true. That's true.
But
All right,
nah,
I
but
don't
but
hate
for
them
real
that.
though, I'm saying like, listen, yeah, the babyface gimmick is getting kind of old. But right now, he has to be the babyface because he is the face of the company. He's the guy they're slapping on the fucking side of a truck. He's the one that is probably the face on the chair that those people in the arena are sitting on right now. You know what I'm saying? He's that guy. Last night, him beating Cena is a literal passing of a torch of like, okay, you're the guy now. You're the one that's gonna be asked to do the make a wishes and be on the cereal boxes and do all this shit that it means to be the guy. And right now he's doing it, and you gotta do it, baby. And then I'm telling you, I wouldn't be surprised in Cody's second reign we go heel. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm just saying, give the process the time. But the reason this is happening is because he's endorsed. He's
All right,
endorsed.
I'm calling it now. So if it ends up happening, remember that I said it first.
Okay, what you say?
I think we're getting swerved big time. I think tonight, I think Roman, Roman and Jay, they're they're not finished they're not finished with the Brawny boys. So they're gonna come out and they're gonna they're gonna get their hands on the Brawny boys. And then I think we're gonna get a surprise. I think we're gonna get a surprise GTS. LA Knight's gonna be the world champion at the end of the night. Listen.
That's a
If it
bold
happens,
statement, Cotton.
if it
That pays
listen,
off.
if it happens, if it happens, just remember that I said it here
That's
first.
a bold move, Cotton.
It would make sense though. Like think about it. Like what if you're CM Punk? What do you want? What would you want to do right now more than anything? Like
I
Seth
mean, to be
Rollins
fair,
cashed in,
that is some clever booking that I would not be
right?
mad
Think
at.
about it. Let's think about it. It's perfect because Seth cashes in, takes Punk's title. What do you do? What's the one thing you do to get back at him? Oh yeah, like
I'll make you lose the title.
I'm gonna fucking cost you your title. It would be perfect. Plus Roman and Jay, they already got like you got Bronson Reed. He's still walking around with Roman's kicks. You, you don't think Punk could get together with Roman and Jay? Like, listen, like we're gonna fuck these guys tonight. We're gonna fuck these guys up. You two, you take out the fucking Brawny boys, and I'm gonna slide in the ring, and I'm gonna make Seth Rollins eat my fucking knee, and then we're gonna cost him the title. Like, you don't think they could make that happen?
I
Be
mean,
perfect. That would be like that would
that
be
would be some
perfect.
great booking. Like you know.
That
Oh, by the way,
that would be
I don't know if you watched WWE Unreal yet. I don't know if
no,
you,
I haven't checked it out yet.
but there is an
Is it
episode
good?
where it's pretty good. It's all right. But there is a segment where they're talking to your boy Michael P.S. Hayes, and he kind of gives us credit for his ideas.
Yeah,
God, he kind of says he's like, I don't know where these ideas come from, but they just come to
you know,
me. Cause you
Michael.
be watching our shit, nigga.
Yeah, you know, Michael. You know where they come from. You know where they come from.
Michael, stop it, Michael. Talking about, I don't know where some of these ideas I got come from. It's like, I know where they come from. You be watching CliqBait, my dude. You be writing
Yeah,
this shit down.
they they, they come from the number one source of wrestling entertainment.
It comes straight from the North American fake boys, son.
Yeah, you know where it comes from, Michael.
But but I appreciate you giving us a little of that unannounced head nod. I see you. I see you. I see you. P.S. I see you. Pretty sexy. I see you. I see you, Bad Street. I see you. But I saw that part. I was like, I just started laughing because I know we be saying that shit like, yo, motherfucker, Michael Hayes be watching our show. He be stealing our ideas.
Yeah.
Like I said,
You,
and
you
then
know
what?
where
We've
those
been doing this what 6 years.
Yeah.
And in them times, we have come up with booking ideas that somehow ended up on WWE programming.
Somehow.
We are not some type of Meltzer insiders that we got the ear of motherfuckers up in the head offices that shit like that just happened. Like I said, the fucking the Hurt Business used to be called the New Nation for non-essential wrestlers.
Yep.
And it was a group of black wrestlers who were doing absolutely nothing on the roster at the
Oh,
time.
what? Title match on Raw?
100%. Like
And they became the
like
fucking Hurt Business.
I will die on that hill.
I'll die on that shit all day, my dude.
The only difference is our version. We had more. It had more people.
We
like
had more
our
niggas.
version.
We had. I
Like
know he can't
this.
say it. I can say it. We had more niggas. We had we had Shelton. We had Cedric. We had Bobby. We had MVP. We was going to put the Profits. We was going to take Truth. We was going to take Ricochet
Apollo.
we was going to take Ricochet when he was still there.
Yep.
We was going to take all the niggas and and it was the New Nation. And the new stood for non-essential wrestlers because this was during the pandemic. But
That's right.
I'll die on it to this day that shit didn't exist until we put that shit out. That shit came out of our breath. Because there was no formation before that. There was no inclination of that shit before that. But after that, then all of a sudden it became a thing. Sure, they didn't use the name, they refinated it, but nigga, if it wasn't the group of niggas we picked, down to MVP being their manager / mouthpiece, come on, bro, stop it. Michael,
Like I said, the
Michael
only
was
thing
over
we
here,
were
he was
off.
over here lurking in the chat, my nigga. He's over here lurking.
He's on the phone with Triple H right now. He's like, Paul, I just got a great idea. What if we put the title on LA Knight tonight? Here's how it's gonna happen. He's like, I don't know where I got that idea. It just came to me.
Listen, we're gonna change it on the fly. I got a better idea.
Yeah.
Telling you, bro, we was out here, and there was a couple other pieces we dropped out there too, man. We dropped a lot of other ideas, and that shit came to reality.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll never forget the New Nation, because we was going in about the New Nation, the non-essential wrestlers.
True.
New Nation.
In?
And like I said, they were going to be militant a little bit because they weren't getting booked and they wasn't getting no TV time. And now they got to have to forge together as a New Nation to be some non-essential wrestlers. We not good enough to be in the Thunderdome. We not good enough.
Yeah, because especially because it was pandemic. It was during the pandemic.
Yeah, it was. That's why they were the non-essential wrestlers. That's why it's New Nation.
What a fucking time that was. It's like feels like it was like 10 years ago.
All right, so it looks like we got an impromptu women's tag match. We got a rematch from SummerSlam. We got the new champs of Alexa and Charlotte going against Judgment Day's Raquel and Roxanne Perez. But yeah, man. So I found that funny during that part of the Unreal. But I would definitely tell you, Matt, check it out. Like I said, it's once you watch it, you're gonna see like, okay, this is nothing that if you're a wrestling fan or like an aficionado of the business of professional wrestling, sports entertainment, like all the things you'll see are things you already know happens. you're just now kind of seeing it. Like, you already knew how the cookie gets made, but now you actually get to see them play with the dough. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all know wrestlers sit in the back and they'll sit there and call their matches of what they're going to do in the ring. You just never actually seen it happen. But you know it happens because it's a thing that happens in wrestling. But in this show, you get to see them sit there, all the groups sitting there having powwows about what they're going to do during their match. And then the shit that they say happens in the match. It's that type of shit, but it's like that to me is not really peeling back the curtain. Sure, it is for the uninitiated and the newbies out there, the tourists. But like I said, if you're a person of a certain age and you've watched enough wrestling and you know the ins and outs, and you was around before the internet and the days of tape trading, you've kind of learned at some point that like these dudes will sometimes, if they don't call it in the ring, they'll call it behind the scenes and have a general idea of what they're going to do when they get in that ring. So it's not really like, oh man, you're revealing trade secrets here. Like, no, I already knew that happens already. You just don't see it that much. But I knew that's how what it entailed. Like the same way Raquel and Charlotte are doing their thing in the ring right now, I'm pretty sure before the match they got together and discussed certain things they were gonna do tonight. You just don't see it. But I know it happened, even though, like, it's just the old, if a tree falls in the woods and no one's there to see it, does it make a sound? I'm pretty sure it does, but I'm not there to see it or hear it, but I'm pretty sure it does. Just based off of everything else I know about trees falling and actually seeing a tree fall. And guess what? That shit makes noise. So even if I'm not around and a tree falls, yeah, it makes a sound because I've seen a tree do it before, and I'm pretty sure to do it again. You feel me?
Yeah.
I know it's a lot of explanation, but I'm saying, like I said, the show doesn't really reveal anything that you didn't already know about wrestling. There's nothing that's being shown in this little doc series that's like, oh man, they're really cracking it open here. They're really spilling the tea, and it's like, nah.
It's just, I find some people are so protective about you can't expose the business.
I mean, the
Can't
business has been
expose the
exposed
business.
years ago. It was exposed in the days of ECW. It
That's
was
right.
exposed.
That's right. Nobody is under the illusion that this is real. Like we all know by now. Like the whole term smart marks. We're all smart marks now because we all know the deal. Like it's again like Ric Flair. Like wrestling fans don't have the right to use all these terms. Like these are our terms. Like fuck off.
I mean, fuck it. It's because y'all use them in such abundance that they're out there. I didn't know what
That's
kayfabe.
right.
I didn't know what
Exactly.
kayfabe was, but y'all kept saying it till you had to find out what it meant. I didn't know what a jabroni was until y'all sat there and kept calling everything a jabroni. I didn't know what a mark was. I didn't know what a potato was. I didn't know what a receipt was. But y'all were out there spouting that shit out that it became part of the culture of wrestling that, yeah, we now know it. Sorry, not sorry. Maybe I should have shut the fuck up. I don't know. It just is what it is.
Like there's nothing there's nothing left about the business to expose at this point. Like we all know how the sausage is made.
Yeah, you know how
Like
it's made. You just sometimes you
get
see
over
it
it.
and sometimes you don't. This show literally just shows them in there playing with the dough. You get to see how the cookie gets made. Like I said, you knew the recipe, you knew the formula of how it gets done. You've never just seen it be done. And now this show shows you it being done. So like I said, when they talk, they go over the whole elimination chamber, and literally you'll see Punk and all the participants that were in that chamber sitting in a little fucking circle jerk discussing what's gonna go down in the match and what the finish was going to be. And Punk's the one that called the finish, and the finish happened as it happened. He caught the stomp. Cena took advantage of it, put him in the STF while he sat there and stared at Rollins. That's how he called it, and that's how the finish happened. So again, like I said, everybody knew it. We all knew it already because you would know that's how wrestling works around here. And like all that shows is, hey, you got to see it. You got to see all the ingredients get put into play. Now, did they sit there and show you the whole thing? No, but they gave you the gist, and so that just kind of you can make the rest up for yourself. That if they're doing this part, they probably did the other parts too. Like I
Are
said,
they doing one episode a week, or is like the whole
well,
thing
they
there?
put it. They put it. It's a 5 episode series. They put it all out. It's already out there. It's done. I think they're doing another season of it. I don't know when it's coming out, but this one basically was all the episodes were kind of based on the road to WrestleMania to a degree, where it's like they were showing all the shows that were leading up to WrestleMania. So like the Elimination Chamber, they went over the Royal Rumble, and then like some kind of the Saturday night's main event, and then you got to WrestleMania. Like I said, they
You
had
know
a
what
couple.
show? You know what show I liked because it kind of was kind of the similar thing,
Mm-hmm.
but I really liked like Total Divas because of that, because like they would talk about the behind the scenes stuff. Like they'd show when they go to the pay-per-view and they go backstage, and then like they'd be going and talking to people and they'd be talking about the show and like, okay, like here's what's gonna happen. Like
Yeah, and that's the same,
I kind of
and
like
that's that same thing. Like it's showing you something that you kind of already knew goes down because it's been talked about so much by other wrestlers that it's like okay that you can kind of paint a picture in your head of like what goes down. At some point during the day before this show starts, these people get together and we'll discuss some parts of what they want to do in the match and everything else. They'll probably call it in the ring,
uh,
but they'll have a gist of A, B, and C point that they know. Okay, when we 5 minutes into the match, you better be at this spot to do X, Y, Z. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But other than that, like I said, they did. Like I said, there's an episode that kind of follows Chelsea Green for a little bit on her rise to winning the U.S. title, and her kind of just talking about paying her dues and everything. And like I said, it's a good show. It's entertaining. Like I said, it gives you kind of like I said, it just gives you another peek behind the curtain of what goes on. Because like I said, to sit here and believe this is a sport and athletic competition, it's like that's the premise of the show. But again, this is more entertainment than actual sports. Like I said, the sports is the backdrop.
It's like the same thing. It's like the same thing as like when you watch the behind the scenes of how like oh, okay, like let's say like here's how they film like Thunderbolts, or you watch behind the scenes of like it doesn't take away from the enjoyment of the movie because we already know that movies are not real. It's the same thing where these old heads that think they have to protect the business, like there's no illusion that this is real, my guys. My
Yeah,
guys, like we all know what the score is. Like we all know
yeah.
what the deal is. Like
It's always been known. Like it's like the only reason like people give it some credence or a little bit of respect is that like yes, all of this is predetermined and the outcome has been scripted, but it's like you still have to have this athleticism to do these stunts, to do these
yeah, that's right.
moves. And like if done inappropriate, if done incorrectly, people get hurt, even die. So you have to
It's like
respect the
going
craft of like telling a story through a very physical sport. That I mean, that is a sport in itself, but been turned up to 11 and highly
but
exaggerated.
it's like Cirque du Soleil. Like it's a core yeah, like it's a choreographed routine, but like you still have to somewhat be athletic to pull everything off, to make sure all the spots happen correctly. to make sure everything's done safely. Like there's still a lot of stuff that goes into it. There's
Yeah,
still
and then on top of that, there's
a
the
lot of
acting
factors
of
that have to
you have to sell the pain, sell the emotion, sell all that determination. You got, and you're doing it mostly with your face, with your body.
yeah.
So, like I said, all of that is a skill that you have to learn. You have to hone the craft, and like I said, you have to be some form of athletic. You have to be skilled. You just can't come off the street and do it and expect to be good. So it's like, yeah, that's why I always say like wrestling isn't fake because gravity is real. You still gotta fall.
It's like again, like I said, I know the show gets a lot of crap. Like a lot of people look down on the show, but like that's what I liked about Total Divas. Like they showed that stuff a lot. Like I remember when Eva Marie was training with Brian Kendrick, like they showed her training with him and they showed everything that went into it. Like they talked about that or like they just talked about a lot of backstage stuff. Like you'd see they'd go to the arena and they'd be like, okay, well, like I remember when the WrestleMania match where it was supposed to be the Rhodes Scholars and the Bella Twins versus Tons of Funk and the Funkadactyls,
Yeah, and it got
and
canceled.
like it got canceled like minutes before it was supposed to happen. Like they did an episode where they showed that and they basically showed them going to tell the Bellas and the Funkadactyls. Like they showed them basically telling them that like, yeah, like sorry, like the match with Triple H and Brock it went long. Like we're gonna have to cancel your match. Like they kind of showed that. Like I like seeing that stuff. You know, like that's what that show was good for. Like all the stuff about their relationships, you could take it or leave it, but it was the backstage stuff, like the stuff leading up to these shows that I always found interesting.
Well, the champs retain, and yeah, we could kind of talk about I saw that comment there, Ian. We could talk about the jelly roll taking the frog splash. I mean, listen, it's a
But
thing of like Logan Paul has his set of moves now that he's gonna kind of throw out for all his matches because at the end of the day, he's a special attraction, and he'll do his obligatory "let me do frog splash" to the announce table because I can do that. And again, more power to him. As far as that match is concerned, I didn't care for that match that much, to be honest. Like Jelly Roll did his thing. He's no Bad Bunny, but it was what it was. It wasn't one of the highlight matches for me. Now the women's match, the triple threat, I like that match. Naomi, Io, and Ripley. That was good. That was a good match.
uh, the Jelly Roll thing, I sort of don't even know what you're talking about.
You didn't watch the match?
Like basically, that match came on and I took a nap, and then I woke, and then I woke up and I watched the Punk match. I closed my eyes and I took a nap and then I woke up. It was the Punk Gunther match. Like it was halfway through that match. I had to like rewind it. So like I don't even know who even won that match.
CM Punk won that match with Gunther.
No, no, the Jelly Roll match.
Oh, Logan Paul and McIntyre.
Oh, okay, who got the pin?
Logan pinned Jelly Roll. He hit him with a frog
Okay, good,
splash.
good. I like it. It's good. It would have been kind of weird if Randy and Jelly Roll beat Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre. So I'm kind of glad that the heels won. That's maybe the only time I've ever been glad Logan Paul's won a match.
But I didn't care for the match. It kind of went on a little longer than it should have. Other matches that stood out for me, like I think the most entertaining match I think of both nights was the TLC.
Oh, by far. I think the only thing my only issue with that match is it felt too rushed. I wish they would have
It
gave
did,
it more
especially
time.
towards the end. It seemed like they started running through things real quickly towards the end.
Like they were just yeah, like they were just speed running like high spots. Like I love that match. I just wish they gave it more time.
But like the spot with Candace going through the ladder, the shit.
Yeah, that was nasty.
Yeah, that was nasty. Big ups to them having the Dudleys and the Hardys there and promoting the Bound for Glory match they're gonna have for TNA. Like I said, man, that
Yeah.
partnership is doing wonders for them, bro. The promotion they're getting on the main stages, you can't ask for better promotion.
Is Dom and Dragon Lee, is it for the title?
It might be, but I don't know, man. Like I said, Dominic's kind of hot right now, bro. The dude's over as a heel. Like, did you hear
Yes.
that pop he got when he showed up at Triple Mania? When he showed up
Yep,
at over Triple A?
I sure did.
That's babyface heat right there. That's why it's like, and the fact that the WWE is gonna put Triple Mania on their own YouTube channel for people to see, which is like, it's not premium live, but it's something though.
Like it's just again because like Dom falls into that same category where as New Day where he's just so he's because he's so entertaining that you can't dislike him because he's just so funny. Like he's just so funny and entertaining that you just can't dislike him.
Yeah, that's why I'm definitely gonna check out that match. Especially we got El Grande in it too, and El Grande was getting over with the AAA crowd, bro, spitting that Spaniel. So it's like, okay, this is
Uh,
interesting.
that's sort of another match I didn't like. I didn't think the cage match was that great. I thought the cage match was kind of lame.
Well, you know my thing. We doing a cage match and no one's bleeding. It's already lost in my book.
It's just you know what? I didn't think it was bad. I just again it just felt like a match that like it just felt really rushed. Like it just felt like one of those matches where it ended and you're like, oh fuck, it's over already. Like they could have given that match more time. Like the TLC match, they could have given it more time. Like I don't like don't stick to these restrictions where your show has to be 3 hours. Let it be as long as it needs to be.
Also, I don't know if you noticed this, but night two of SummerSlam, just about every match had some form of stipulation and or gimmick to it.
Yeah, I did notice.
Like there really wasn't like any match that was like a one up straight up one on one competition. It was either no disqualifications, it was a street fight, it was a TLC. You know what I mean? Like I think maybe
Triple threat.
yeah, or a triple threat. Maybe the Dominic AJ was probably the only like straight up just a wrestling match that there was. Like
Yeah,
there were
that's
no
right.
stipulations or gimmicks to it. But like for the most part, every other match had some form of gimmick or stipulation. There was a cage match. You know what I mean? Like there was just a whole lot of gimmicks going on at SummerSlam night two.
Mhm.
Like I don't think night one had like gimmicks like that. I think most of those matches were just kind of just straight up matches. But then night two is just like I said, all just nothing but kind of gimmick matches.
Yeah, night two got all the gimmick matches. Night two got all the gimmick matches, and it got most of the title matches.
Yeah, they definitely got the bulk of the title matches on night two, which I don't think, which is kind of like fucked up because it's like you filled up a decent amount of titles for night two and then like neglected the rest of the championships you could have done for night one.
It's just again
Like
me
you could have threw
the me
you could
this
have threw the other tag title in there. You could have threw in the women's United States title because like you literally had all the secondary belts in night two except for the women's US. You had the WWE, you had the women's world title. Like I said, you had all those matches in night two and in night and the tag team titles. But in night one, all you could fit in is what the two majors of the women and men titles, and the rest were all just kind of nothing title matches, and you still had room. Like I said, you could have got rid of the Sami Zayn Karrion Cross for the women's U.S. title or the World Tag Team title. Like you had plenty of opportunity for that. But I don't know. Like I said, I guess the women's U.S. title ain't that prestigious to them as of yet. Also, the women's Intercontinental title match wasn't that bad either, and I kind of knew that Bailey was gonna play a part in it. I thought maybe Bailey might was gonna turn heel and kind of fuck over Lyra, but the way they went about it was like, that seems about apropos. Because I think they might be trying to angle for Lyra maybe going heel at some point. You think?
I don't know. Like it felt kind of weird. It felt kind of weird to me seeing Becky Lynch beat her. So now now she's done. Like now she's done. She's out of the title. She's out of the title hunt.
And look at that. We promoting Triple Mania again, August 16th on a Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You'll be able to catch it on their YouTube channel, so you get it, the English and Spanish commentary too. So, like I said, they're definitely going out. So, I think this is a non-title match. I don't think this is for the IC title. This is just a regular Dom versus Dragon Lee match.
Maybe because it's just like it's just an appetizer or whatever to get us to Saturday.
Yeah. Like I said, I think they. Like I said, I have. I would put good money that they put that belt on fucking Dominic.
Yeah.
Like I said, especially if he's over like that with their crowd already, might as well. Might as well. Like I said,
No, I'm pretty
Dirty
sure they
Dom
put
is
the
that he's living the best of both worlds. He gets to be the son of a Hall of Famer and be the heir apparent to the Latino heat. Like I said, his match with AJ Styles, I think was good. It was a good match. And like I said, the women's triple threat with Naomi and them is good. Also, just highlighting, like I said, Naomi as a wrestler, as a talent, she's underrated, but I don't think she's a ring general as of yet. But she's definitely she can carry herself in the ring.
I didn't like the Dom AJ match. Like I hated that match.
I think he's just been trying to put on muscle. He's always like he ditched the baby fat, but he's just kind of lean now. You know, like when he first came in, he had like a bit of like the baby fat, but you could tell like he works out. He's leaner, He just hasn't like tacked on more mass though. But again, dude's still young though, so he's got time to like if he wanted to really kind of bulk up, he could definitely do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, while we talking about Mask Man, we had some other Grande Americanos out there now. So apparently, I think we got what Pete Dunne playing Americano or Americano minion because he wasn't wearing a traditional Americano mask. It was a little bit different, but it was definitely in the
I don't know.
spirit of a Grande Americano.
He like this Grande Americano thing, like it's gone too far.
Well, I guess they figured like they got to do something with it because it at first, I mean, it's just the absurdity of it that I think is why it's still kind of going. Like again, it's one of those things. Like if you're just a wrestling fan and not like a normie, like you look at Grande Americano and you see the like the ridiculousness of like that's what wrestler that is under that mask and you know the absurdity of the whole gimmick. So it just makes it kind of funny. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you have that kind of sense of humor. Well, like I can see the comedy in that because it's ridiculous. Like especially with the whole thing started with Chad Gable being mad that he keeps losing to luchadors, so he goes to learn the ways of lucha, whatever the quest was he went on. But instead of him coming back being like a luchador wrestler, instead we get El Grande Americano,
Yeah,
who allegedly is not Chad Gable. You know,
sure.
yeah, for sure, right? Like, yeah, for sure. And then, but then something happens because wrestling's wrestling. Gable's hurt. Now all of a sudden, El Grande went through some growth spurt, and there's also a wrestler by the name of Ludwig Kaiser who hasn't been seen on television in months. But now El Grande's got this very weird Austrian German accent in his Espanol. Like it's weird,
And like
right? Weird.
and like he's taller and leaner all of a
Yeah, he's
sudden.
taller, he's leaner, he's got the same physique as that Ludwig Kaiser guy. It's weird, right? Weird. And that's what makes it just kind of funny
You
because
know,
it's the gimmick of everyone's in on it except for the dude
Wash your hands,
actually
you
trying to
know?
make you believe that it isn't. You know what I'm saying? It's like the same way how when Hogan did the whole Mr. America thing. It's like no one's sitting there not knowing that's not fucking Hulk Hogan under that mask. But we're gonna all sit here and kind of pretend. It's like you know your favorite wrestler, Matt, hometown man, because he's a hometown man. He's a
fuck,
hometown
I
man.
worked so hard to forget about that.
Yeah, but it's that gimmick. It's that old tried true gimmick of we know who this wrestler is behind under this mask, but we're all gonna pretend it's not him. The question mark, we all knew that's Josiah, R.I.P. But we pretended. Same way with Super Eric Young. It's like we know. The only time it wasn't was like the Christopher Daniels Curry Man, because that was just supposed to be a character. But when it's the character of like this wrestler was just here, but we're like he's not supposed to be here, but then all of a sudden, dude in mask shows up, and it just so happens to be so oddly that guy.
I
But
think
we'll
it would be
but we'll
funny
we'll,
though
we'll,
if
we'll,
when
we'll fight it tooth and nail to be like, no, not me.
when Chad Gable comes back, like they should lean into having him and Kaiser like alternate,
That would be
like
funny.
have something where Chad Gable comes back and then he's like, yeah, like he walks up and starts talking to Kaiser and he starts talking to Americano and he's like, oh man, he's like, yeah, it's so great to be back and like, in order for me to get like a warm up match, it's like I booked you and me for like a tag team match tonight and then like next week Gable's not there, but Next week you have regular Kaiser, and then you have Kaiser bump into Americano and it's Gable, and then Gable's not there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, have them like alternate.
Yeah. Well, Ian, that's a little different with the Suicide because Suicide was meant to be a character of his own. Speaking of El Grande Americano, here's El Grande.
Like, oh my God, imagine Chad Gable and El Grande Americano like as tag team
And
champions.
look, here's the other El Grande. And there's another Americano.
Oh my God.
A third Americano. And Dirty Down with the win using the boot. Thanks to the three Americanos. Who
But,
are these
but
tiny
like,
Americano men? Who could they
but
possibly
yeah, like,
be?
but Ian, as much as you're putting the LOL with the laughing face, though, like that's kind of smart if you think about it, because that's what was good about Suicide. Like, that's what made it good is whoever didn't have a match that night, you could be Suicide, or
But
hey,
it's
like
not even
we
that. But
want to
like I'm
get this
saying,
guy on the card.
he wasn't a character where it was well known at the time who was under the mask unless you knew. But it was like he was meant to be a character. But like I said, but in the case of like Grande or the case of like I said, Mr. America or Super Eric or Hometown Man, like these are wrestlers that you like everyone knows who is under the mask, and there's no doubt about it. But they're gonna play pretend like no, that's not Cody Deaner, that's Hometown Man. It's that gimmick, like the gimmick of you suspend the disbelief that you're gonna pretend that's not who you know it is. Like Suicide was meant to just be Suicide as a character. It wasn't until later on when they unmasked him as fucking TJP and shit like that that it's like okay now, but it's like before that, Suicide was just meant to be a character. Like the other ones are like they're kind of tongue in cheek of like yeah, we all know who it is. We all know who's under the mask. Like back when Edge and Kristen would sit there and pretend to be the conquistadors, shit like that gimmick where you put the mask on, pretending to be someone when everyone knows, like dead ass, bro, that's you. Like a lot of wrestlers have done it through the years. I think every wrestler in some form, even Dusty did it one time, where Dusty wasn't supposed to be around, and some masked wrestler whose body shape is looking up Dusty Rhodes, and he's like, I'm not Dusty Rhodes, baby, I'm the masked wrestler. I don't know who you talking about, this Dusty Rhodes fella. It's that type of shit.
Uh,
And the crowd all
I'm just
knows,
saying,
but
like,
they all play into
I'm
the
just
gimmick of yes, we know that's him, but we'll play pretend. We'll play pretend with this gimmick.
uh, I'm just saying, like, it would be like a fun dynamic to that story where, like I said, like alternate it. So like I said, like one week you got like Gable teaming up with Americano, and then the next week Gable, oh, like Chad Gable's not here tonight, and then Kaiser's there, and then you got Kaiser and Americano interacting. Like, I just think that would be like a fun dynamic to that character.
Yeah, I mean, if they did that, I would totally fuck with that shit. That would be funny as hell. Yeah, and yeah, Austin Aries did it too with the suicide. But yeah, like I said,
But that's what I
I
mean. Like,
enjoyed SummerSlam a little bit more than I
that's what
enjoyed
was
WrestleMania.
that's what was that's why it worked for Suicide, because you could just get anybody to play him. Like, whoever wasn't booked, okay, like you could be Suicide now.
Yeah.
Like, it was a good way to keep that, to have it's like it gives you another wrestler on the roster without having to pay another employee, because you could bring them back whenever you need to just get whoever's not booked or whoever's not booked. Okay, you're gonna play. You're gonna play.
Yeah,
You're gonna play
you'll be
Suicide
suicide
Squad.
for a
You're gonna
bit.
play Suicide tonight.
And then suicide comes alive. Suicide comes alive. Blam 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 blam. I don't remember that other part. It's just a lot of noise. But yeah, the TLC best one of the best match for me. Um, and like I said,
I mean,
second to that would be the women's world title triple threat was good.
like I like the Cody Cena match.
Yeah,
I thought
Cody
that
Cena
match was
match was
good.
good too.
The Punk Gunther match I thought was good. Like people are for real. Like people are glazing that match. Like I don't think it was like a match of the year contender. I
Nah,
thought
but
it
it was
was just
good. It was
okay.
good. It was good, and Gunther fucking getting busted open, like it helped the match a little more, gave it a little more gravitas.
But I think like Gojira mentioned it earlier. I think it's because Gunther's injured.
Yeah, that sucks.
Like he has to have surgery on his nose. Like I think that's why they highlighted that his nose is injured because I think like he has to have surgery or something.
Well, hopefully, he gets the surgery, heals up, and comes back even a fucking more fucking meaner machine. Hopefully, he can come back in a time where maybe we can get him versus Brock Lesnar. Maybe that'd be nice.
Brock versus Jacob Fatu.
I'd like to see that as well. So, like I said, Brock returning to F5 once again. Like like how many times has Brock returned just to fucking F5 John Cena?
A lot of times.
A lot of times. That's why I said like a lot of people's like, oh, he wouldn't come back, and it's like from what I'm hearing, John Cena requested he wanted to Brock to be one of the people he has a match with during his fucking retirement run. And
I'm pretty sure he was. I'm pretty sure like he was always gonna come back.
yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure he was too, but it's like, okay, if John Cena's asking, we have more of a reason, especially with all the stuff. And it's like, yeah, people are going to still keep talking about it because, the internet's always got to have something to speculate on. So they want to be like, oh, he lawsuit, McMahon, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, do you even know what it is that you're saying? Or are you just repeating what you heard from somebody else? Because clearly what you say means nothing because money talks and the motherfuckers back in WWE. So clearly, like whatever you
Like
were saying meant a whole lot of nothing to a lot of people who pay good money.
why wouldn't he come back? Like think about it. Like make a couple appearances, wrestle a 5 minute match, and get paid like $3 million.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, like Gojira, I would take either one of those. Like Brock versus Bronson Reed, Brock versus Braun Breaker. I would take either one of those, man.
I mean, I don't think that's gonna happen. I think it's gonna be limited engagements, and they're probably just gonna give him the top dogs unless he, like I said, I think probably more than just it's just gonna be fucking Cena and it probably be done like in and out type shit.
You think you? No, I think he's gonna have more matches than that.
So it's just so we got the man Becky Lynch, Intercontinental Champion out there. About to talk. She ain't wrestling, so Her new entrance is okay. I didn't mind the old one, but I guess they wanted to give us something new. I'm okay with it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of potential. There's a lot of potential matches I'd be interested in seeing. I would kind of be interested in. I would be interested if they did the Beast versus the Best round two. I would be. I'd be okay with that. What's the Beast versus the Best round two? Uh, yeah. I agree, Gojira. Like Becky's theme was like it had run its course. Another person that I think needs a new theme is the Miz. The Miz needs a new theme more than anybody. Nikki, I still think Nikki's fucking hot. What he says. I still think she's fine.
Nikki Bella.
Yeah, Nikki Bella versus Becky. Fucking let's fucking go.
I mean, it's interesting. I guess
This
it's something new.
why does it have to be that I don't like Downstate? I never said anything about Downstate. I never said anything about them. I just think his theme is dated.
Whose theme is dated?
Like I was saying, like the Miz should get a new entrance theme.
Oh hell nah, nah, nah,
Yeah, big time.
nah.
It's outdated, man. Like it's old.
But it's the Miz.
Oh, fuck the Miz.
Mm-mm. I came to play as a
Miz?
I came to play as a banger, son.
Nah, it sucks.
Nah, man.
Sucks.
Listen, there's just certain theme songs that are like, listen, I would prefer them any day over any new shit. Like, give me old Sheamus fucking theme. Give me, like I said, give me fucking old Rusev theme. The shit he got now is lame. I'd rather have
But
Rusev,
the
Rusev Matcha. I'd rather have that, bro, than what we got
but
right now.
you're just saying that about Sheamus's theme because you haven't heard it in a long time.
Shit, I hear it in my head sometimes because I just be like, this
Like
shit is fire. Okay, so I
with
hear it enough. But it's better if
with
it
the
was
Miz,
coming out in his entrance than what we get this fight night shit is kind of lame.
like with the Miz, like I liked his theme 10 years ago, but like after a decade, you're using the same song after a decade. Like it's time to switch it up.
In fact, I'd rather. I'm still in that camp of I preferred the other Randy Orton theme to his voices. Okay, voices
Oh
is
yeah, me too.
fine, but it wasn't better than that. The first one with the hey, that shit. Yeah, that shit is more fire. Okay,
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I'd still rather have that theme song for Randy Orton than what we get for Voices. I don't care for Voices. It's not bad, and I've come accustomed to it, but I'd still rather have his old one, because that one hit harder. Back in his Evolution days, that one hit harder.
Yeah, I think the Miz just gotta get a new theme song, my guy. It's washed. It's washed at this point.
Oh, she's throwing the shade on him, son. She's throwing the shade on Nikki. Ah, that was clever. I'll give you that. Becky over here throwing shade over here, bro.
Nikki Bella would beat the shit out of Becky Lynch in real life.
Nah.
Come on, we all seen pictures. We all seen pictures of Homeboy's chest. Like she get those nails out, she would fucking beat the shit out of Becky Lynch. He'd kick the shit out of her. Beat her ass, Nikki. Fucking beat her ass. Fucking beat her ass like you're in a domestic relationship with her.
So I guess Nikki Bella's her next challenger for the women's IC, huh?
I hope she
Yeah,
wins.
yo, Jared, that was nasty. That was nasty what she just did with her with that Cena shit. That was nasty. That was nasty.
That was the lamest punch I ever seen in my life.
Yeah, she just like japped her real quick. Just a quick jab. Like, bah, take that bitch. And I punch you in the throat.
Like I've seen better punches in a game of Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Your ass, Nikki.
And now we got the women's world champion, Naomi.
Give her that domestic beating. Here we go. We got the GOAT now.
Oh, by the way, I don't know if y'all noticed it earlier during the whole Judgment Day segment. You know who they didn't talk about? Liv Morgan. They've kind of moved on some things. Because she ain't here.
I don't know, Gojira. Like, you know, like to me, it's just it looks the same. Like it looks the same as all the other ones. Maybe I just don't have the eye for those things. But to me, it just looks the same.
What sidebars on the new Spider-Man suit? I saw the suit. It looks fine. What's the problem?
No, I was just saying, like, I don't know, like to me, it just looks the same as the last one. Like I don't know, like I don't
Well, they
notice
changed it. It's supposed to be more fashion from the original, comic book look. So the spider on the chest is more that than it was on the old suits that were more kind of angular because it was Stark Tech. So if you like, that's mainly it, and the texture of the fabric on it and the coloring gives it more just a regular like put together suit than some kind of tech suit.
that looks good.
So Gunther's out indefinitely, so he's going to be gone for a while. Now, okay, prime example. So now they've told you Gunter is out. He's gone. He's going to do surgery, whatever. Now, what's the chances come next week and the week after that we hear his name being uttered unless it is necessary to be uttered? But if he's gone for a period of time, watch how you don't hear about Gunter until his ass come back. Because when you're gone,
Well, I think it's just
you're
because
gone.
think it's just because he's not relevant anymore. Like the thing with Rollins, they kept bringing him up because he was relevant, because he was still Mr. Money in the Bank. Like that's why
Yeah,
they
I
kept
know that,
bringing
but
him
like I'm
up, because
saying,
he
like,
was
but if his
relevant.
injury was anything serious where there was like, okay, there's no way you're gonna be on TV until X amount of months. We're not gonna invest the teasing of something that will not happen because you're out. Like I said, but they knew he wasn't out. So it's like, okay, we can work on that and then do something, which they did. But the key like clues were that, like I said, if he wasn't around and he was out, there's no reason to sit there and carry that briefcase unless you were gonna bequeath it to someone else. But other than that, like Heyman was still carrying it about as if Rollins was still walking about with him, and is like, why are you still carrying the case? He not here. He's supposed to be out. But that wasn't the case. So like I said, when you out, they don't really reference you no more because like they can't really do nothing with your name when you're not here. Like I said, there's exceptions to that to certain cases, and they had to do some audibles. But for the most part, like if you out, yeah, like with Stone Cold, when Stone Cold had the neck thing and he couldn't wrestle, but they kept him on TV and just gave him other shit to do other than actually wrestle because they knew they needed him on that program because he was the program at the time. And to fuck around and he get injured and be out and he's literally anchoring the ship wouldn't have been good at that time. So they had to do everything to keep him on TV, keep him doing stuff. But the only thing he can't do is actually wrestle. So that's how we ended up with all the gimmicks and the cars and the cement trucks and all that other nonsense because it's everything but the wrestling. He can do all that hokey shit on TV and get the pop of the crowd and spray people with beer and shit, but he can't wrestle. He got a bad neck. But they needed to keep him on TV because if he was out, they wouldn't have been able to sit there and do nothing with his name because he would have been out. But when you out, they're not talking about you. They can't do nothing with you when you're not there. To sit there and try to build something around someone who's not there, like, you can't really do it. But
I guess just what I mean is like even if Seth had been legitimately hurt, I think that they still would have been talking about him because they want to keep the focus on the Money in the Bank. Like even like let's say had he been legitimately hurt, they'd still want you thinking about Money in the Bank, and they'd still want you thinking like,
nah,
hey, like don't
I
forget, like
think I
Money in
think
the Bank is
they
still
would have
in
get
play.
if they knew he wasn't coming back in time to cash it, they would have tucked it away until the time he comes back then to use it, or they would have bequeathed that shit to somebody else if they knew he wasn't coming back in the allotted time of the Money in the Bank gimmick. But like I said, I don't because like I said, when you out, you out. Because, like I said, when it happened to Kennedy, when they thought he was about to be injured, they quickly gave that briefcase to someone else. Because they weren't going to have their Money in the Bank guy not there and carry the briefcase and keep it fresh in people's minds. So they quick, fast put that shit on edge. So, like I said, if that was the case for Rollins, if his shit was actually real, they would either tucked it away until he came back or gave it to someone else.
I don't know.
Someone else would have got bequeathed his briefcase to use it. And I would have assumed it would have been one of the Brawny boys.
I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we'll never know. I mean, it is what it is. It happened. It's already done. It's in the books.
Gojira, the only thing about that Spider-Man movie, I kind of don't want to see a PG or like a family-friendly Punisher. Like I don't know, I don't know how that's gonna work.
Uh-oh, Natalia, she got words to say to Becky, your favorite wrestler,
Good,
the GOAT, the boat.
good. Go for her.
Oh, she want to beat up on Maxine Dupree.
I feel like taking a nap right now.
All right, here comes. Is it time for the main event already?
Oh God, I hope so.
The LA Knight's coming out. I mean, it would be fun if LA Knight did win the world title tonight.
Telling you, like
When did LA Knight come to Raw? Because wasn't he SmackDown exclusive? When did he jump ship to Raw? Or traded or whatever the fuck you want to call it?
I think that I don't know. I think that the brand split means nothing at this point. Like people just go wherever.
It seems that way.
Ian, we don't really need either one of them in WWE, quite frankly.
What's that?
They could both. They could both go.
What are we talking about? I missed it.
Ian says we need Natty Neidhart in WWE, not Natalia, and I'm kind of saying like they could both go.
We do need that. I agree with Ian. I agree.
I agree with myself.
I support that.
I support myself.
Wrestling needs more Natty Neidhart. We need the boat.
Oh, it needs less.
We need the dungeon, the legend of the dungeon. We need the
She's on my list of like if there was a career-ending injury, like I would not be disappointed. Like she's on that.
That's cold, bro. That's cold.
She's on that list.
That's cold.
Is it? Maybe.
I mean, this would be an event. Like this would be something to talk about if they did change the title to LA Knight tonight, because like the title changes hands like in like 3 nights.
Like it's just that the stones are in place. Like the planets are aligned. Like everything is there. Like think about it. Like Bronson Reed, he's got Roman's shoes. So like Roman still wants to get his hands on them. He wants to come out and get his shoes. And now Roman and Jay come out. Now the Brawny boys are indisposed. Like they're out of the equation. And then oh no, a ref bump happened, and then Seth Rollins turns around and eats the GTS, and like it would be the perfect revenge for Punk. Like you ruined my moment. And you took the title from me. Now I'm gonna ruin your moment and cost you the title.
Plus, it would be good for LA Knight because he needs to push more than both men. To be fair,
it would be good. It would be something like unexpected, like something unexpected, and the setup is already so perfect. Like the setup is already there. It's just
plus
so perfect.
all that transpires. Books matches you can do for later PLEs.
Yeah.
So we are trying to go with the Vision.
Like from a character standpoint, you would think it would be the perfect revenge for Punk. It would be the ultimate revenge. The fact that we haven't seen him on the show tonight, so people are thinking he's not here tonight. Like he's not in a he's not in attendance, like he's not here tonight, like it'll
Yeah, I
be
would I
would
would
be a
have to
bigger
think he
pop when he
hasn't shown
shows
up
up.
all night. He has to show up during this match. It almost makes me want to believe like your booking that you dropped might be on money
Yeah.
though. If done right, it might be on money.
Like I said, like I know it's like it's out there, but it's like the, the planets are aligned. Like everything is there for them to pull it off. Like they just have to pull the trigger.
And and it would give a mystique to like the night after SummerSlam because now that we're doing this 2 night thing, you want to they're trying to build it as this is our secondary. Like if WrestleMania is our Super Bowl, then SummerSlam will be our like World Series.
Yeah, because like that's one of the things where people are always like the night after WrestleMania is sometimes better than WrestleMania because it's always like a big show. There's always like surprises. There's always like call ups or there's debuts. Like it would just be like a perfect way to cap off a 2 night SummerSlam, and then you get a totally unexpected like out of nowhere world title change, and like the setup is there for them. Like it's the perfect setup. Or like you cut to backstage and Roman and Jay, they're beating up the Brawny Boys backstage. Like you see that backstage, so now you know like, oh fuck, like they're out of the equation, like they're out, like they're disposed of. Like there's nobody to protect CM. There's nobody to protect Seth Rollins, and then like Punk comes into it would be like the ultimate fuck you.
Oh man, did you get to see Josh Barnett's Bloodsport this weekend? I haven't got the chance to catch it yet,
No, I
but I
didn't.
hear it's pretty good. Also, Smiley Kylie Ray is the inaugural WWE ID Women's Champion.
Fuck that bitch.
Wow. And some other dude won their men's ID title. I don't know his name. What you got against Smiley Kylie?
Like the it's just the whole thing of like I don't know.
What, you don't like the ID?
No,
You don't like Smiley Kylie?
like one day this channel's gonna blow up, and then like people are gonna go back and watch these old shows, and like we're gonna get canceled so fast. Like
Nah.
it's
We're
just me.
already canceled.
It's just me. I think the thing where like the whole thing where like every time a company invests in you, you you play the mental health card and then you fuck them over. Like she's done that like multiple times.
I mean,
Promotions where
listen,
they've
that's to her detriment, not to anyone else's. She wanna show she's
like
unreliable, then she'll just not have jobs. That's how that
like
works.
to me like to me you're just unprofessional. Like I just think you're unprofessional and you're a piece of shit.
I mean, hey, listen. I'm not gonna tell you you can't think that that is what it is. I listen. If she thinks she got herself right, and she ready to do this wrestling business thing, then I mean, more power to her. But right now, you see that the best she can do is the independence, and it's like, okay, you handle well here, but it's like you come up to the big stage, it's not little bingo halls and little outposts. Like
Like it's
these
like
are stadiums and arenas here with like tens of thousands, not a couple hundred people.
It's like AEW brought her in, and AEW tried to work with her, and like they gave her opportunities when she was like a fucking nobody, and then she no shows AEW, and it's like, oh, like the mental health thing, okay, whatever, and then she said, oh, like I can't work in AEW because there's too many people, whatever, and then she goes to TNA, and then Bound for Glory weekend, like it's her point, it's her and Deanna for the Knockouts title, and like the day of the show, like she no shows, and then oh sorry, like I no show, but mental health, okay, whatever, and then she goes to NWA, and then she does the same thing in NWA, like every company that's ever invested in you, you fuck them over, and then you just play, oh, like mental health, like it's like fucking nothing, like get the fuck out of here.
I mean, I can see the frustration from your perspective, but I mean, listen,
Like to me, it's just like
that's up to these
you're
companies
not
to kind of
professional.
decide if they want to continue to do business, but it's also one of those things of like, hey, you could do business with a person that can be kind of flaky, but you know what you probably don't do to them. You probably don't put that many championships on them because you know they're not reliable enough that they're gonna be there when I need to put them on the card. So it's
Yeah.
like, hey, maybe they're sitting here with this ID thing, and like, hey, we'll put a belt on her and then see what she does. See what she does. I don't know.
Uh, Ian,
Yeah, they
let's
did get rid of speed
sort
because
of get it
nobody was
right.
watching that shit. They quickly
Uh,
speedily got rid of it. Ain't nobody watching that shit
the,
on
the,
Twitter.
First of all, like WWE did not quietly get rid of Speed. Twitter canceled Speed because nobody was fucking watching it.
Yeah,
Like that's the reality. Like WWE didn't make the decision to get rid of Speed. Twitter made that decision for them
I
because
mean,
nobody
here's the
was
thing: they
watching it.
could still do the speed thing. They just don't want to. Like they could do that shit on Raw right now. They could do it on SmackDown. They could literally do it on Main Event if they really wanted to, and they choose not to.
It's just because who wants to watch a 3 minute match?
No one. That's why it didn't work on Twitter.
That's right. That's right.
Like it's the thing of like, hey man, maybe repurpose that title and call it something else, and give it a better like if you want to like a TV time limit type belt, give it a better time limit than 3 minutes and call it your TV title and put it on Main Event. I don't know, but you could still do something with it. But listen, they choose not to. So it is what it is. Long forgotten short reign speed championship. R.I.P. to the speed.
It's like I don't know. Like I watched the first episode of Speed just to check it out, just to see what it was like, and I don't know. Like it just kind of bummed me out. It just kind of bummed me out, like watching Ricochet and Dragon Lee having to rush through all these spots so they could get everything in 3 minutes. Like I don't know. Like I watched the first episode just to see what it was about, and it just sort of bummed me out. It's like I never went back, and I never went back and watched it again. Like watching Dragon Lee, like this is like Dragon Lee and Ricochet, like one on one. Like this is something where we should be giving this time. Like we should be giving these guys as much time as they need, and then instead we're watching them try to speed run. No pun intended. They're trying to speed run a match and get as many high spots as they can in 3 minutes. Like it just fucking bummed me out. Fuck that.
Mm-mm-mm. That's crazy. Come on, where's the shenanigans coming into play? It's almost time for some shenanigans in this match.
I don't know. Yeah, like maybe it's not gonna happen, but I just think that they have the perfect setup for it. And let's say you could do it now, and then if you want, try it out with LA Knight, and then if you think he doesn't work as champion, it's not like you can't just have him drop the drop the title back to Seth at Clash in Paris or whatever
Yeah,
that
he
show
could he
is
could
called.
drop it at like the next PLE. Like he doesn't have to hold it. No one's saying he got to run with the title till Mania, but it's like you could definitely take the title off of him, and he can hold the belt for like 4 months. You know,
Like how do
not
you
even like
know if
two,
someone
3 months tops if you really wanted to.
yeah. Like how are you ever gonna know if the guy's ready or not if you never give him the opportunity? How do you know if he's not the next breakout star or if he's not the next John Cena if you never give him that opportunity?
Yeah, if he's not the next Rock Stone Cold hybrid, how do you not know? You got to put the belt on him.
Like you have the perfect setup in place. Like just fucking do it, and then if it doesn't work out, like it's not like he can't just. It's not like Seth just can't beat him at Clash in Paris or
Plus,
Clash at
you can
Paris or
always
whatever.
and then you can promote it as like, ah man, anything can happen the night after SummerSlam. So
Yeah,
you're gonna want to tune in. You're gonna want to buy tickets. You want to do all the things you would do after WrestleMania. You want to build
yeah,
that kind of interest of like, yeah, this is definitely a happening spot the night after, especially if it's still in the same state because they're still in New York. They're at the Barclays.
yeah.
Like the crowd's not hot the way you would have after a WrestleMania because there's no real expectations right now for this Raw after SummerSlam. But let LA Knight win. Let him win tonight and watch what it'll be of like, yeah, man, you got to be at the SummerSlam after the Raw after SummerSlam because you never know.
And it's like you said, like yeah, exactly, like it would drum up that feeling of like where like the night after WrestleMania is always like one of those shows that you look forward to. It will kind of drum up that same feeling. Whereas like holy fuck, like you gotta watch the first Raw after SummerSlam because you really never know what's gonna happen.
Also, you know what I like that they did about SummerSlam that I was expecting them to overdo, but they didn't? Was Cardi B, the alleged host of
Yeah,
SummerSlam. She came in when the show began, night one. She said a couple things really loud in the ring for like 5 minutes, and then she fucked right off. And here comes CM Punk. But no, not in front of the ref, bro. Come on.
uh,
Oh, come on, Punk. Not
and
like this.
and
Not like this.
see, this is what I'm this what's happened. Like every time I try to get too excited about WWE, they be doing some stupid shit, and it just takes all my excitement away. The goddamn DQs, man. Like enough with them and their fucking DQs and their fucking countouts and their non
Oh,
finishes all the
Braun
time.
coming in like a missile.
Like, fuck off with that.
See? This is what happened when Michael PSA doesn't watch our stream.
Damn, Michael.
And now the Brawny Boys are just beating up on LA Knight and CM Punk now. It's just like, oh, come on, man. You could have done better. This could see now, like I said, there's no real expectation for the night after SummerSlam because you didn't do something new, something the send the
Yeah,
people home shocked. You're just doing the typical thing you've done in the past few Raws is just
yeah.
Seth Rollins and the Brawny
Same
Boys
old
beating
shit.
up on people.
Yeah, it's just the same old shit over and over again. Just same old shit. Same old shit.
Stomp to LA Knight. And now what we getting
Wow,
the
how
stomp for
original.
CM Punk next?
How original.
But wait, where's Roman? And he takes a stomp. No Roman. No main event Jay. Just Seth and the Brawny Boys. I like your finish better, Matt.
Just this is why we can't be getting too excited about WWE.
That's why I can't have nice things. That's why we can't have nice things.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean, Gojira. It's just same old shit with them. It's just the same old shit. Just fucking DQs, fucking countouts. Like if you don't want to put the title on Knight, then at least have the balls to just have Seth beat him.
Yeah.
Like I
now
just
here
rather
comes
swing.
Roman. Now
Yeah,
Roman
but who
want to show
cares
up.
now? Who cares now? Like, who gives a fuck now?
Yeah, like he comes out now. Like, why does this matter now? You could have had a larger impact if you showed up before the match ended or before the
Yeah.
other baby faces got their asses handed to them already.
Yeah. Like, who cares now?
See, if Punk would have just waited for a
Seth.
ref bump, this could have been a different
Wow,
outcome.
Seth running away, big shot.
And now the Brawny Boys once again are just trying to beat up on Roman, but Roman's like, nah, son, not your Brawny Boys. But eats the stomp though, out of nowhere. And now he's about to probably eat another tsunami. Eat a tsunami. Yeah, where's Jimmy? Where's Jay? Where is Jay?
He'll be here, don't worry.
He'll be here to get beat up next.
That's right.
And now a tsunami to Roman Reigns. And he's going back up to the top. And still no main event Jay. And another tsunami. Going up for a third. And a third tsunami. I guess no Jay. Okay. Oh, and he's taking his other shoes now. Son, he's getting violated. He's taking his other shoes. That's nasty work, bro. We getting ganked for our kicks. Sound like a school bully. That's nasty work. That's crazy. He took this dude's shoes again, son. He out here just taking the kicks. That's gangster.
I didn't know Bronson Reed had like a foot fetish.
I guess so. Now you do. Now you do. I guess we got some of the members for our upcoming War Games match, right?
But lame.
I mean, it is what it is, man.
See, I was all high on WWE. I was like, yeah, it's like SummerSlam pretty good. Like I was feeling good, and then they just lost me again. Our idea would have been way better.
It would have. I mean, it would have made for a better ending for Raw. That's for sure.
Yep, lame.
But instead,
Same old shit.
Yeah, you get the same old shit, man, which is kind of sad. It's kind of sad.
Mhm.
And like, especially after like we were just saying, yeah, SummerSlam was a good show. Like I enjoyed it. Like out of
Yeah.
a five, I would give it a 4 out of 5. It was a good show. Like I said, there were some matches that didn't need to be there, but for the most part, like night one was okay, and then night two kind of carried the rest of the weekend. Even though, like I said, it was a very gimmick heavy night two, but still good
But even
matches.
like me too, I would give it a 4 out of 5 because even the matches that didn't need to be there, it's not like they were bad per se. Like the only match that I thought was the only match that I thought was bad was the Tiffany and Jade match. Like I didn't think that match was good. Like me personally, I didn't like the Dom and AJ match, but I don't think it was a bad match per se. I just didn't enjoy it. But
Yeah, I could see that. Like it was, like I said, that gotta be your favorite match, but like it told the story, and it was a fun match. And like I said, it's just another,
yeah,
just I think of, for me at least, it highlights like Dominic's growth as a performer, and it's just like you can't sleep on it. Like the kid's good, like he's good. Whether you like the gimmick or you don't like the gimmick, it's just like, hey man, the boy's over here putting in the work, and he's good. Like he gets it. Shouldn't be surprised when your daddy's Rey Mysterio, but like I said, I'm pretty sure he had a very extensive learning tree. So like he gets it. Like I said, he's doing his thing right now, and again, it's getting over. It's getting over. Whether you like it or you don't like it, whether it's heel or, like I said, he's getting babyface pops for a heel. And you can't even sit there and go, oh, he's an in-betweener. Like, no, his character is a heel. He's not a Stone Cold. He's not in between. He is a heel, but he gets babyface pop. Like, nobody was mad that he beat AJ Styles. That's how you know you over. Like, you're supposed to be the heel, and you somehow cheated to win, and yet the crowd was still okay with the fact that you won. So it's like, yeah, you can't do nothing with that, but just kind of rock with it. Like it is what it is. It's, what I'm saying, dude's over right now. Kind of segueing over, kind of before we kind of wrap things up here. Talk about AEW real quick. Did you catch Collision the past Thursday where they had the TNT street fight?
yeah.
Now I know they're saying Dustin's out for a while because I guess he got some knee issues. But the whole thing of him getting stabbed with the screwdriver, I think, was a bit much, especially when you fucked it up the first time and then had to try to go back and do it again.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like, listen, you really didn't have to do it again so we could see it sticking out of his leg. The fact that you were just over there kind of stabbing it was enough. That I didn't need to see you, like, have it stuck in his leg. Like, you already kind of sat here and just stabbed this dude in the leg, in the knee. So it was it wasn't really necessary. I know the intentions were for it to stick the first time, but it didn't. But it was like, at that point, you should have just continued with the finish and but the fact that we had to do it so we can make sure the shit stuck in his fucking leg and shit is like, that y'all didn't need to do all that.
Sometimes less is more, you know?
Yeah, less is definitely more sometimes, and especially in that case. But with that being said, the end verdict was Kyle Fletcher is the new TNT champion, which again, I guess it was kind of overdue because he most people would have figured he would have won it, excuse me, at an All In, but I think with the whole Adam Cole situation at the time, I guess they felt it might have been bad taste to put it on him then, so they let it, they gave everybody a feel good solution, put it on Dustin. And like I said, he rock with it for like a couple weeks, and then that's what happened. And now, like I said, I guess he's got to go off for some surgery. So yeah, I guess he's gonna be off TV. I don't know what he's gonna do with the ROH tag in trios, but I did have a solution to that problem somewhat. Well, no, actually, not really. Not somewhat. It is the solution. Basically, just you don't really even have to find a new partner because Sammy Guevara could take the place of Dustin as the trios, and then just give the title to one of the Von Erichs for the tag. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't even have to find a replacement tag team partner. Just pick one of the Von Erichs, and then you can be the new trios. That way you don't got to take the title off of both teams and have to do all that nonsense. Just be like, hey, we'll rock. We were already kind of together as the Sons of Texas. We'll just stick to being Sons of Texas and, Freebird. Freebird. That's all. Freebird. Just invoke Freebird. You know what I'm saying? So, like, hey, that's what I would say to do with that situation if Dustin's going to be out now. Also, shout out that he came out to his original theme of the natural. That was tight. I like that. That made me smile. Him coming out to his old WCW theme. But other than
that was nice.
Like I said, other than that, I think them having the match with Hangman versus Mox rematch for the title on free TV was a waste. And on top of that, it wasn't even the fucking main event of the show, which was like, what the fuck are we doing? Are we not confident that you can keep the viewership for the second hour? But it's like they literally in the middle of the show put the fucking world title on, and it's like, this is not your main event?
We just wanted to spotlight the women instead.
I mean, I have no issue with you spotlighting the women, but I would think if you're doing your major world title, you would want that to be your main event. Especially after the fact that you had like this killer match at All In, and then you put the world title like middle of the card, middle of the show. I just think that's that's a weird booking decision for me, bro. Like I wouldn't do that to my world champion, even if you're sitting there saying yes, I want to highlight the women. Yeah, you can still do that. They could have been the match before the world title match, but it's just like, this is still your world title match. It's a rematch. It's a match that, like I said, the prior match before this was brutal and bloody and everything, so you would think you'd still give it the gravitas of, like, it ends the night. Like, I can see that for if it was any other match, fine, middle of the card. Like if it was like a tag team match with Hangman and somebody versus the Death Riders, fine. Put it middle of the fucking card and have your women main event. But it's like, this is your world title.
Like if it was a pay-per-view, maybe I'd feel strongly.
And that's the thing, it's not a pay-per-view, it's free TV, so that's why I'm like, hey, if you're gonna free TV this, at least still have it's still your main event though, like, because you would want eyes on the product because you're putting it on free TV. But yeah,
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know
because, like I said, like, are you afraid that you audience will not stick around for your second half? Because that's what it tells me as a television viewer who of many years, that you are not confident that your viewership will stay the second hour of your show. That you basically main evented the first hour. and
I don't know.
then you
I
just
don't know
let
what to
the
tell
rest
you.
rock. Because here's the thing: the matches that came after the Moxley John the Hangman Moxley match were not nothing special. Even the main event.
Well, maybe there was a reason. Like maybe there was something where they wanted to. Maybe there was something starting at 9 where they're like, hey, like this might take viewership away. Let's try to keep people invested. I don't know.
Maybe I
I
don't
mean,
know, but like from like
I
for
mean,
me from
here
like a booking, I just feel like that's just kind of an odd decision to make right there. It's like your world
I'll
title's
say
in the
this.
middle of the card, and like the main event that you had is not even of that caliber. Like it was a good match, but it was nothing.
I'll say this from a booking standpoint. At least it didn't end by DQ.
Oh yeah, this is true. Yeah.
At least it didn't end by DQ, and we got a decisive winner. So at least we got that.
Yeah, you're right. I give it that. There was a finish. There definitely was a finish. Even though there was supposed to be people barred, but Marina Shafir, she's like, I'm not a person, I'm a problem, so I could come over here. I don't have,
She
I
is a
don't know the
problem.
bar, I'm a problem. You don't know me.
She is a problem. She is a problem.
She is a problem. We not ready for mother's milk.
At least it did not end by a DQ though. Like we can always like we can at least be thankful for that.
Yeah. So it's just like it's crazy.
No, I don't know. I think it's fine. I don't know.
I mean,
Like
it
me,
is like I said.
like
It
me
is.
that
It
that
is what it
stuff
is. This
that's
is how Tony
that
books
stuff
his
doesn't
shows.
bother me.
It
Like
bothered me a
me,
little bit because I just found it weird because then it's like, here's my thing, like after that match, my interest of the show kind of waned because the matches that came
like
after were not of the same caliber as the title match you just put on at the middle of your show. And I was kind of checked out after that. And like I said, I sat there for the rest of the show, and like the main event happened. It was like, okay, whatever. It wasn't anything that special. It was a good match, but it wasn't special. Like I was already kind of checked out after the actual main event.
did you find it weird when the world heavyweight title kicked off WrestleMania?
Not anymore because I'm used to that because WWE does that on a regular now. Especially with all the belts
So there
they
you
have,
go.
you're always going to get at least one world title at the beginning and then another world title at the end. And it'll interchange between whether
Well,
it's one of the men or it's one of the women, depending on which storyline is of the more prominence of that time. So, like with WWE, I'm
and
not unfamiliar with that style of booking, but they'll never really put the world title in the middle of Raw. They'll save that shit for the end of the show, and sure, they'll fuck you out of the ending, but you'll still get it at the end of the show.
well, I don't know. I don't know what to tell
Unless
you. Like me, like
storyline
I'm
dictates that the match is happening in the middle of the show, which has happened in the past, but for the most part, like I said, wrestling is very repetitive. They'll never do anything that goddamn original.
like at least it wasn't a DQ finish.
Hey,
Like, I
listen,
don't know what else. I don't know what
you
else to
not
say.
selling me nothing, bro. I'm on agreement. That was bullshit.
I mean,
Okay.
I'm not trying. I'm not trying to sell you on anything. I'm just saying, like me, I don't care. Like, I don't care if it was the first match. I don't care if it was the second match. I don't care if it was the fifth match. Like me, I don't care about. I don't care what match it was. Like it wasn't any better. It's not
I'm
like it
just
would have
saying, like,
been any
if you're
better
gonna put your
if it
like
had
world
closed the
title
show.
somewhere not last on the card, then whatever's gonna be last needs to be as good, if not better. And like I said, what they had at the end of that was not as good.
I mean, maybe there's a reason. Like again, maybe there's a reason we don't know about, or maybe they just wanted to try to put the shine on Mark Briscoe, and maybe they just wanted to have Mark Briscoe in the main event because they want to kind of try to push him as a main eventer. So maybe they just wanted to put the shine on Mark Briscoe. I don't know. Like I don't know. Maybe there's a
I
reason for it.
mean, here's the thing. I would
Uh,
agree with you.
Ian,
They've put
Ian,
enough. They've put enough shine on Mark Briscoe. Okay.
Ian, you're absolutely right, my guy. I'm reaching big time. I'm reaching for the remote every time Monday Night Raw comes on. I'm reaching for the remote to change the channel.
I don't believe you.
Well,
I don't reach for
I don't
no
know,
remotes.
man.
I just watch it and be like, yo, what are we doing? What are they doing right now? What is this?
Like 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 the DQ was bullshit, man. I don't know. Like the DQ, like the DQ finish, like that killed all my hype for the whole weekend. Like that killed all my hype. Like that's such a lame way to end the show.
It is. I mean, it definitely is, especially for a title match. It's like, could we not get a definitive winner? I'd rather, like I said, I'd rather Rollins win than just have no winner, and then everybody just laid out in the floor because because brawny boys be brawny boys.
Like especially from a character standpoint, like it makes Punk look like a dumbass because why wouldn't you wanna cost them the title? Like why would you just cause a DQ? Like it makes Punk look like it makes Punk look stupid. It's like if you like why wouldn't you want to cost them the title? Why wouldn't you want to do something like that instead of like oh wow like you jumped him and you brawled with him for a little bit? I don't know.
Yeah, you got him.
I don't know.
You got the other man disqualified, so he doesn't even get a chance. Good job.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's the thing too. Like it makes Punk look even worse because you got LA Knight disqualified. Like you fucked over LA Knight for no
But here's the
reason. So
thing:
to me, like it makes Punk look even worse.
it's what I like to call, and we've talked about this in the past, but it's that WWE logic, because I think in their mind it's like, yes, the scenario of Punk coming in and getting causing the match to be a disqualification, it now sets that table for LA Knight to stake claim of like, hey, I deserve another shot because Punk over here fucked up my opportunity. So
But it's like,
now
well,
we
who
can either
cares
do
then?
it like, okay, well, we can take this to Paris, or we could take this to some other pay per view or a Saturday night's main. Well, no, don't do that because you already guaranteed that shit ain't gonna do nothing. But yeah, you could take it to another PLE and then have them have this match again, or they throw Punk in the mix and it becomes a triple threat. Like it's all the little balls in place of like, okay, we got to get all these components to Survivor Series, then to the Rumble, and to Mania again. But there's a lot of time in between all of that that we got to fill in gaps of like what's gonna be in the intermedium. So, but
But it's
that's
like
why I think
you could have
the
still.
logic for them is like, yeah, it's this finish sucks for the viewer, but for a storyline, this is good for LA Knight because it keeps him in the mix, and we can put him in another match, and blah blah blah, yakety schmackety.
But you could have done both because you could have had the like you could have had the title change and then you could have had the title change and then it would have been a cool, fun, exciting moment to cap off SummerSlam weekend. You know, like
Yeah, I
you
agree
get
with you on
three
that.
you get
I would have liked
like think
that.
about it. Like think about it. Like you get three shows in a row or you get a surprise title change. Like you get three shows in 3 days where you get like where you close the show with like a surprise title change. Like it would have been such a cool, fun moment to do. And then you could have course
I
corrected later,
100%
but
agree. Like I said, when you came up
instead
with the
they
booking, I was like, hey man, that sounds phenomenal. Let
it
it be.
like
Make it so.
yeah. But instead it's like no, we'll just have it be a DQ so nobody is satisfied.
Yeah, you gotta wait till you gotta go to Paris to maybe see some results, but you probably won't get it there either.
Or then why not have it be like a not a world title match, and then just let's say okay, like if LA Knight wins tonight, he gets a title shot down the road, because obviously this finish is done to keep LA Knight in the title picture. So why not do something? Okay, well, if LA Knight wins tonight, then he gets a title shot down the road, and then have Punk come out and he playfully shoves LA Knight and gets Seth disqualified, and then it's still like the big fuck you to Seth, and then you still achieve the same thing, because okay, now LA Knight's got a future title shot, so you still achieve the same thing. Like, I don't know. I just think there's better ways we could have come to that conclusion than with a fucking DQ. Like, they're so fucking overboard with their fucking DQs.
Yeah, I would have preferred this than the dusty finish, but
Yeah, like I just feel like there's a better way that we could have come to that conclusion.
you know, it is what it is. Like I said, they're thinking they're long-term booking and not, like I said, not giving the people the night after SummerSlam something to like look forward to for years to come. Like I said, if you're gonna continue to do this 2-night event and make it seem like it's as on par with what WrestleMania is, then you should treat the night after it in that same energy.
Yeah.
Give it that extra oomph to give the reasons to like, hey man, I'm gonna stick around for 3 nights of WWE because you never know what happens on the Raw after SummerSlam. Hell, you could have even done the thing of like saving the cash in for Monday night and have Rollins do everything he did Saturday, but do that shit on Monday. How much bigger would it have been if he'd have came out and did that shit on Monday than doing it that night? Like, give CM Punk the moment, give him the night, give him the 24 hours to kind of soak it in. And if you really wanted to like fuck the crowd over, have him lose that shit on Monday. I think it would have hit a hell of a lot harder than doing the typical taking it from him 5 minutes later. Like, yeah, it still hits, it still kind of stings, but like, imagine, like I said, you give this motherfucker at least 24 hours with the belt and then take it from him. That stings a little bit more. Jim Cornette agrees with me. Well, yeah, of course he's going to want to get his payback, but, you know, we'll see what happens. All right, well, we've reached that time, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to call it for the night. Do appreciate y'all coming out, hanging out with us a bit, talking some wrestling. We'll be back here next week to talk all things going in wrestling. I think there might be some other shows going on, but I'll keep you posted. Smash that like if you haven't. Subscribe if you're new here, and ring that bell so you stay notified. Want to give them some words of wisdom, Matt, before we call it?
Birds aren't real.
Fake as fuck, folks. Listen, y'all have a great night. Enjoy the rest of y'all week. We'll see you back here next Monday. If you're a collector of sorts, you can check us out on the Sanctuary for Spaghetti and Friends Friday. And yeah, have a great night. And remember to always kick out. Thick Boys out.
Time has come, I'm ready to go. Venturing into the unknown. Fire's inside me, must be unleashed. People talk nonsense all the day. Shippuden, that's all they can say. I can't get no satisfaction. Woo-hoo! Challenge may have come. Woo-hoo! Fighting just begun, but there's no stopping. People spreading out my wings. Let's fly high. Woo-hoo! Concentrate my power. Woo-hoo! In the final hour, in the end, I'm gonna win. I hope you die. courage and control. I'll go beyond the limit break. The universe is mine to take. I have no fear. I think it's clear. Let's keep you high. All this Dragon Ball Super. We got the skill to